Right, there we go. There we go. I did it. I'm so bad at this, dude. I've been a full-time content creator for 2 years. I have never met anyone worse at this shit than me. Dude, I have a mystical ability to just mess up everything. But I was only 4 minutes late. 4 minutes late. I mean, okay, I wanted to start the stream 10 minutes early because I was bored of waiting. So kind of 15 minutes late, but... Okay, sorted. Guys, I'm so quick to give up, dude. I messed up. Like, I was 4 minutes late. I was ready to just call the whole thing off. But we're here. Right. Obviously, we've got the preview. We've got the preview to get excited about. But we got a bit of stuff to talk about beforehand. I've been fairly missing in action. Where's the control panel for... this is my second time ever streaming on YouTube. I don't like streaming on YouTube. How do I control stuff? How do I ban the racists when that happens? We'll figure it out when we need to. Yeah, so... reveal stream. We get to watch the reveals. Before then, a couple of things to talk about. I did first of all, look at this cool thing I learned I can do. If I move this like tab up and down, oh, it's not working anymore. I can like make the goblin really bouncy, but that's not working. I've started my ADHD medication. I started it a week ago yesterday. You have to ramp up meth slowly because it's like a very, very potent drug. So I'm not really feeling it at the moment. But a little story to tell. You can't have caffeine on ADHD medication. It's a powerful stimulant. If you put more stimulants into the mix, you're gonna have a heart attack. So you can't be like having caffeine, especially energy drinks and stuff, on ADHD medication. So it turns out I didn't even realize. I thought it was gonna be tough to give up energy drinks. I'm like an actual energy drink addict. Not been a problem at all. I only really drank energy drinks so I could try and get on with work. Giving up soda in general, though, I didn't realize pretty much every soda has a shitload of caffeine in it. Like, anything fizzy is almost guaranteed to have a load of caffeine in it. So now, like, as a habit, I pick up a drink at a shop and I'll read the back of it just to check if there's, like, caffeine or not, if it's good for me to drink. Dude, I was in the shop, like, 2 days ago. I just picked up a drink. I was seeing if I had caffeine. This chav just comes up to me. He's like an inch away from my face. I assume he's trying to walk past me. I assume this chav's trying to walk past me, so I just move back, still in my face. So I turn to him, and he starts shouting. He's like, "Yo, Mandem's reading the Fanta! Mandem's reading the Fanta!" Dude, I swear, dude, the only thing black about this guy was his fucking Adidas trainers, dude. This guy was a true and proper cracker. But he was doing, you know how they do the talk. And he just gets about, dude, this guy's got such a fucking issue with me. I was reading a Vimto. Sorry, I was reading the back of a Vimto flat, like a flat, juicy Vimto, to see if it had caffeine in it. Dude, people just can't mind their own fucking business. God, that pissed me. I had to spin that yarn. That's why I started this stream a bit early, instead of the 7:30 when the reveals start. I needed to vent about this fucking chav. Dude, that pissed me off. So people just can't mind their own fucking business, dude. God, that pissed me off. What medication you're on? I believe that's like a non-stimulant. I think that's like a non-stimulant when you're on. I'm on Ritalin. I'm on 20. I was on 10 all last week. I'm on 20 milligrams starting today, and I'll be I add 10 every week till I'm at 40. Why am I racist? I'm like appropriately racist. I'm racist when I need it. Sometimes you just need to call a guy what he is. Sometimes someone's a cracker and they need to know it. Another topic. I need to talk about, I don't want to get rid of this. I will open a new tab because I'm really stupid. I want to talk about a video I made like 5 months ago. This was my absolute favorite video I ever made. It is this one. I forced my girlfriend to enter a Warhammer Doubles tournament. This is my favorite video I've ever made, right? 100. I watch, dude. Sometimes when I walk to Tesco's, I just put this video on. I love this video. Like to me, it's not like watching my own video. Like, oh, I'm so funny. I get to reminisce about an amazing weekend I had. I love this video so much. It performed well. I was happy with how it performs. Good enough numbers. It was sponsored. I made a bit of pocket change off of it. Very happiest video I've ever made, right? And people liked it. This is one of my most liked videos. This is a great video I made. This past fortnight, for the last 2 weeks, I've been getting a bunch of comments basically calling me an abusive boyfriend, or telling me that I'm a really bad boyfriend. And this is so weird to me, because I thought it was a fairly sweet video, and I guess it's hectic, right? It's a fairly hectic video, and I suppose if you don't, I don't know, maybe I didn't portray myself very well here. But it's so weird that this influx of videos complaining that I'm a poor boyfriend, it's been in the last fortnight. So it does make me wonder if this has been mentioned in a Reddit post or something, or if someone's made a video and spoke about it. But I'm someone. And you need a thick skin. Everyone's always said this, right? Every YouTuber tells you need a thick skin to be on the internet. Because the average, the anonymity does things to people. You need thick skin to be on there. I do not have thick skin in the slightest, dude. I take everything so personally. And that did bum me out of it. I got over it eventually. I kept arguing with people though, so I deleted all the comments because I was getting a bit petty. But I just wanted to say, my girlfriend had a fantastic weekend here. This Warhammer event was a smaller part of just a weekend away to Nottingham. We had Sorry, I just saw this video here. Age is just a number in fiction. Hear me out. That's gross. That was very distracting. But yeah, that was another thing I wanted to talk about. We did the Vimto story. I ranted that I am, in fact, a pretty decent boyfriend. Predictions is something we got to do, right? I know, they teased what they're doing, and we have a good idea of what's going to happen. I need to make the chat big. I'm forgetting to read the chat because you guys are really small at the moment. Let's do that. Here we go. Man, actually, I remembered why I don't read the chat very often. I'm not a reader and a talker at the same time, dude. I'm so thick. Dude, another almost kind of sad thing that happened. I got invited to do this sort of podcasty. It's not a podcast, but there was a VTuber fella does Warhammer content. He's doing a series about he kind of, it's not an interview really. It's more of a conversation. But he talks to YouTubers about their favorite armies, and you talk about the problems with your armies. I did that recently. I did that the other day, and I thought it was so funny, dude. I go on a crazy breakdown, dude. I'm screaming into my microphone about Fulgrim. The audio got corrupted, dude. I think he's still gonna upload it today, and you guys will be able to watch it today, I'm pretty sure. But oh man, there's all these really loud crackles just throughout the audio. It sounds terrible. It sounds really bad, and it's a shame because I thought I was quite funny in it. But man, all right. People want orcs. I don't think we're getting orcs, right? I think I don't like to talk too many rumors because not everyone wants spoilers. But I'm pretty sure it's fairly well known that orcs are going to be the main protagonist of 11th. So it's very unlikely we'll get orcs. I mean, they're doing this whole pirate thing, right? Maybe we get Badrug. I want to do. I'm watching One Piece at the moment. My New Year's resolution this year is to do One Piece. Watch One Piece start to finish. I'm 75 episodes in so far. So at this rate, I'm not going to finish it, but. I'm in a pirate ass mood, dude. I'm really into pirates at the moment. Let me turn down my audio a bit. It's peaking. So if that, dude, we got a lot of. If you like pirates and are into Warhammer, you have weirdly a lot of options, right? Drukhari's the first one to come to mind to me, but we got Red Corsairs. Red Corsairs are pirates, right? But personally, my favorite Warhammer pirates gotta be the Freebooters, right? Freebooters are so cool. But I don't think we'll see any orcs today. Custodies, I think, are kind of confirmed to be, like, spoke about. They said at the start of edition they're getting plastic. So we know we're doing some plastic Custodies this edition, and there's very little edition left. So likely some Custodies. AdMech maybe. There definitely could be some AdMech. I don't know if my London video's not out. My London video will be done soon. I kind of forget what you guys do and don't know about me, because like I do my videos so far in advance. Like, I write them and then sit on them forever. I kind of forget what I've spoke about publicly. But I'm a big AdMech guy these days. I've got 5,000 points of AdMech. I've been painting a ton of AdMech recently. Dude, you guys... Oh, we're starting soon. You guys know I'm not the most accomplished painter. I think AdMech is now the most I've ever painted of any army, dude. It's just a pleasant army to paint. You know, AdMech, I've heard they're a hard army to paint, but if you're like a speed painter... They dry brush well. They sponge well. You need demons, dude. You'll be, dude. Don't hope for new demon models, dude. I hope that your army still exists next edition. You're worrying about the wrong demons. Sorry, let me just take a swig of my caffeine-free Pepsi Max. 5,000 points of AdMech. I bought it second hand for £400. That came straight out of my... so that was basically... I don't know... I mean, I've not signed a contract, so I can talk about whatever I want. But I don't know if the Tabletop Tactics people or Tabletop Stronghold... Okay, small side rant. I wish we could come up as a hobby. I wish we had more words than Tabletop, because the amount of times I've miscredited people... There's Tabletop Tortoise, Tabletop Tactics, Tabletop Vanguard, Tabletop Stronghold. Dude, we need more words. But for each... sorry, we'll have a little bit of ambience on. For every Tabletop Stronghold video I do, I get about 400 Great British pounds, which is small. That's not a lot for... I mean, it's a lot. That's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. It's small for a usual integration. Normally, like on my main channel, which is a bit bigger, truthfully, like doing like a VPN or like a mobile game or HelloFresh, they normally do about £2,000. So I get about 400 for a Tabletop Stronghold shout out. So that was basically one shout out for 5,000 points of AdMech, because I spent that straight away and got 5,000 points. I thought £400 for 5,000 points, bargain, kind of. Man, what am I even fucking talking about? I'm so stupid. I've still not found a single... I must have seen one at London. I must have... Does anyone remember off the top of their head? Was the Belisarius Cool buff, was that like legal for London? That might have been straight after. I don't even know if I saw an AdMech. I definitely didn't pair into one. Any thoughts on a full wave of Eldar Corsair? Yeah, like, we know we're getting them, right? Because we've seen pictures of them. It makes sense. There's a kind of weird pirate sub-theme going on at the end of this edition. But, like, Dark Eldar, Drukhari are kind of already Pirate Eldar. Do we need a second lot of Pirate Eldar? I don't know. I don't know if we need a second lot of Pirate Eldar. That seems like a little bit too much for me. AdMech was top 8 at LG. Well, I must have seen them, but like I definitely didn't like speak to a player, and I didn't play against any. Where do I get my Warhammer deals? Dude, every piece of Warhammer I've ever bought, at least 90% of it. Sometimes I impulse purchase at Games Workshop, very rarely. Like the Terminators, that one. That's the last thing I bought there. I just doom scroll eBay. Like, I've completely eliminated Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I don't doom scroll social media like everyone else. I doom scroll eBay. I will literally doom scroll eBay and find like crazy deals. And then this is so sad. This is literally the most embarrassing thing ever. I'm so sweaty with it. I cross-reference how much the eBay lot is worth. So I look at all the models and I put them into the Games Workshop website to see how much it would cost me brand new. And if it's under like at least 50%, if it's at least 50% discount, I'll buy it. That AdMech lot was like a 15% off retail, like 85% off. The odds of Chaos Bikers are so low. I think the odds of Chaos anything... They did like a teaser, right? We know vaguely what's happening. We know Custodies are probably going to get revealed. We know that we're going to get like... Oh, okay, we're getting Red Corsair stuff. So I think the Chaos stuff's going to be eaten by Red Corsairs. But I would love Chaos Bikers, because I think Emperor's Children should get Chaos Bikers. You doom scroll eBay deals to my wife banned me. It's so addictive. I don't even recommend it, guys. It's literally not worth the money. Like, I get it's a bit different because I'm self-employed, so like the more time I put into work, the more money I get. But if instead of just doom scrolling eBay, if I just put that time into actually working, then like I would just have more money and would just probably buy full price and have the money. What time does it start? It starts in 10 minutes exactly. It starts in 10 minutes. I'm competitive. I hate to admit it, guys. I hate to admit it. I'm not proud of this. I am a lowballer. I do lowball. I'm not proud of it. But I do like to send lowball offers. You know, sometimes you get a good bargain out of it. It does feel bad though. It doesn't feel good. I've given up on Raptors. Like, I know for a fact we're just not going to get Raptors. But I feel like with vehicles and like bikes, it can't be that hard to just put in variants, right? Like, think if they had like just a head swap that meant you could run them in Death Guard, Thousand Suns, Emperor's Children, World Eaters. Surely that's like 3 times the player base. I know it's 4 gods, but like, you know, Chaos Space Marines are the biggest. At least double the player base you're selling to, right? I don't understand why they won't do that. Meanwhile, you're Raptor maxing. Okay, Anipulus, right? Mr. AdMech. Ever since I've known you, ever since I've been speaking to you, you're the AdMech guy. I've only known you to play Chaos Space Marines. I've only known you to talk and play about Chaos Space Marines. You're not one for watching streams, but I had to pop in. How does one finish a model? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I have 10 Castellan robots exactly half painted. I painted like again, they were secondhand pre-built, but they were in 2 halves, like needing to be glued, like the top half and bottom half. I have fully painted to completion the bottom half of 10 Castellan robots, but the top half of 10 Castellan robots still need to be painted. They've been on my desk for like a month now. I lose the title of John Adbeck. Do you guys know about John England? I don't know if you guys have heard of John English, but you know, we're not going to be on politics for long, I promise. I'm not the person to be speaking about politics. I'm so brain dead. But with America randomly attacking Europe for no reason, like in the stupidest move in modern history, England, I think it's Britain, not England, but Britain has deployed a single troop. England has deployed a single troop, and we all call him Johnny English. He's going to defend Greenland. On lowballing, you'd be surprised how people justify getting something gone now. That is true, right? That is true. But like, as someone that like occasionally sells models, like I impulse buy a lot of models, and like, I don't use all of them. So sometimes I'll be reasonable and I'll sell the ones I don't use. I hate doing it. Sorry, this caffeine Pepsi is so fizzy. I'm burping like crazy. I'm trying to hide it. So like sometimes I'll sell the models I don't use. I hate doing it because it makes me feel like a scalper. Like, I think reselling's lame. I get it because like it's a good way to make money, and people need to make money. I 100% understand it, but it feels lame. But like, even as someone that lowballs quite frequently, when I receive a lowball, I am filled with a fiery rage. Like, don't ask me for 70% off my eBay listing, even though I do the same shit. Captain Britain, dude. I'm so, dude, I hope Captain Britain does well. Dude, this audio is so loud for being at like 1%. Wait, what the hell? Wait, what? Where is this audio even coming from? That's not the stream. What the hell is that audio coming from? I had a duplicate stream open on max volume. I'm very sorry. Oops. My bad, guys. My bad. I did think that was remarkably loud audio for like 1% volume. I did warn you guys, I'm very bad at doing YouTube stuff. Right, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Final predictions. I know there's going to be Custodes, and I think they tease some other stuff. I don't know. Grey Knights. My crazy prediction. I think there's going to be Grey Knights because 8 hours ago, Games Workshop released a Grey Knight painting tutorial. That's my prediction. 5,000 points, but like, yeah, okay. It's a lot of it is Castellan robots. A lot of it is in the Castellan robots, but that is my favorite Warhammer model. At the very least, it's my favorite AdMech model. Okay, so even though a lot of it is in the Castellan robots, there's also weirdly there's more than 3 of every unit. So like I have like 4 or 5 Dune crawlers. So it's not a perfect lot, but I don't know. I just bought it. Is it only 1 hour? We're gonna get there should be a big reveal. Like I watched my first reveal show 5 months ago, streamed it. It goes on for like an hour, dude. These things are like an hour of reveals. They're very cool. Codex Zotes? Dude, I like Zotes. I know what Zotes are. Oh, dude, people that resell battalions are the lamest. I don't even get it, dude. At least, look, I understand the concept of reselling Pokemon. Right, I understand the concept of reselling Pokemon because they're valuable and you'll make a lot of money. But, like, why do people scalp these, like, battalions and sell them for, like, twice as much? Right? Because you can just buy the parts individually. There's nothing unique to these battalions. But people, like, I remember when they did the Christmas lot, there was that double Dreadnought Space Marine one that was, like, very juicy. I saw that for, like, £300 on eBay. Dude, just go buy the parts individually off Element Games or something. Man, that shit makes me angry. Very angry, in fact. Right. I'm seeing a lot of hope for Tau. I wouldn't get my hopes up, buddies. I would... Oh, actually. This is kind of a spoiler. It's a maybe spoiler. It's a maybe spoiler. There was a very blurry image of like some of the Red Corsair stuff leaked, and people have theorized it's too blurry to tell. People have theorized there's going to be a Chaos Kroot model. Like part of the Red Corsairs is going to be a Chaos Kroot. I don't think it's like a character. I think he's like part of an entourage. But that would be really, really cool to see a Chaos Kroot. Iron Warriors, yeah. We know there's going to be Iron Warriors. That's the other thing. I don't think we'll get Perturabo. There's been like that fake Perturabo leak. I hope it's fake because that model is hideous if it's not fake. Oh, I'm sorry. I dropped my hat. Dude, the Imperial... Yeah, dude. The Imperial Nightboxers get like scalped the most. I literally don't understand why. Supposedly, this is rumored. Dude, I'm not trying to like. I don't have any source for my rumors. I just watch Valric like everyone else. But like, supposedly, Iron Warriors might get put into their own box. Like, although they might get their own codex. Maybe later this edition. Sorry, my voice is getting a bit hoarse already. I've got water on hand, but I'm gonna drink my caffeine-free Pepsi. So we might get more Iron Warrior bits than we think, but like for now, I imagine it'll probably just be like an upgrade sprue. It's probably just going to be like a synergistic combat patrol. You have a huge Iron Warrior army. Please no upgrade sprue. I don't want to... Dude, maybe it's a bad upgrade sprue. It could just be a bad upgrade sprue. It might just be like... Okay, here's my prediction. Iron Warrior's upgrade sprue. But it's mostly just going to be regular Space Marine parts, but like the shoulders are going to have raised stripes. So the stripes are going to be like bumpy and they're going to be easy to paint. I think they're literally just going to make... I think they're just going to make painting Iron Warriors easier. Poor Warp... Dude, I would love Skaven in 40k. I've been thinking about it so much because I'm a bit... One of my things at the moment is I really want a pet rat. Or 2 pet rats. You're supposed to have them in 2s. I really want rats at the moment. So I've been thinking of Skaven quite a bit. But unfortunately, I live in one room. My entire living area is the attic above a bookstore. So it's just... I live in one big converted roof. I don't think we could really have rats here. They make everything smell. Oh my god, it's starting.
New Year Warhammer preview. I'm Adam Troke. I'm joined by my friend and colleague Eddie Eccles, and we are delighted to welcome you all here.
Yeah, we've got some very cool Warhammer reviews for you on the way in this preview. We have some Warhammer 40,000, some Warhammer Age of Sigmar, a little bit of Horus Heresy, some new animation to have a look at, and some Blood Bowl. So it is a packed preview with a little bit of something from every corner of Warhammer.
Fantastic. We're joined by loads of you already in the chat on both YouTube and on Twitch. Thank you for coming and spending some time with us.
Just let me know. I'm just messing with my audio. Let me know if like you can hear the audio through my microphone.
We're going to wait a while before we jump into the first preview so that people can continue to flood in. And it's always nice to do a little bit of welcoming and greeting everybody. It's nice to know where you're all from. So if you wouldn't mind just punching into the chat, if you're in Twitch, we'll be following along. We got some people monitoring the questions and making sure that Eddie and I get fed the right information. So let us know where you're tuning in from. While you do that, maybe we can talk about what we've been doing hobby-wise.
You've been doing some hobby, Adam?
I have been doing some hobby. Here is my latest offerings. I've been doing an Angels of Death kill team for kill team. And I've Dark Angels them up. You can see there, because they come in blue plastic, and I've been adding bits from my pretty extensive Dark Angels bits box.
They look lovely.
Yeah, they're all right. They're a bit more advanced. They're all undercoated, and a couple of them are base coated.
Oh, show off.
Well, yeah, I've not played as much Kill Team as I'd like, and this is my endeavour to get properly into it in the next few
we'll have
weeks.
to have a game when you've got them all ready.
Yeah, I imagine you'll beat me up, but that'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll have fun. It'll be fun times.
That's the main thing, right? What about you, Eddie?
Well, I've been painting an even better chapter, the Space Wolves.
Top 2, I'd give you that.
Well,
Do you know why they're just doing like the chit chat? How do we open up chat? I want to dox myself in chat.
For Warhammer 40,000, and my contribution to the team is just loads and loads of dreadnoughts.
And why? This is Bran Redmore's.
They are Bran Redmore's, yeah. So I picked the angriest Space Wolves.
We need to.
My drink company.
We need to rep Stoke
it'd be nice to,
on
get a sense
Trent.
of where you're all tuning in from. We've got people tuning in from.
If there's one soul in this world that will rep Stoke on Trent, it's me.
Loads of people from the UK and even here in Nottingham. And a couple, it seems, as far-flung as the upside-down lands of Australia. So well done for Iron Manning it and staying up all night. That's good. Really lovely to have you all here. If you are tuning in from far-flung places and you want to join in the conversation online, we've got our international social media teams. You'll see them here for Facebook and Instagram. Why not drop onto those handles and join in the conversation in your own language, if you like. Yeah. Perfect. One of the things that we'll be doing, I mentioned previously, is we'll be keeping an eye on Twitch stream. If you want to ask a question, type the word question in block caps and then write your question afterwards, and we'll try and filter through and cover some questions about the things that we're showing to make sure that you get the answers that you need.
Yeah, we'll try and tell you all the important stuff, but there might be some things that you really, really, really want to know, and if anything like that, pop them in the questions.
Yeah, I would suggest keeping it about the releases.
Oh yeah, not just generally, not just like how big is a blue whale, that sort of stuff.
Exactly, and
there's only specifically about Warhammer.
Yeah, there's only so much time in the world, right? We reckon we'll be here probably for the next hour and a quarter.
I feel like I need to be talking more.
How fast we talk.
But like, not only do I not want to interrupt this, I keep muting my mic so there's no echo.
We've already done the introductions. People know how to ask questions. I think it might be time to go to our first reveal. Let's go to the grim darkness of the Dark Millennium.
Oh, dude, it's the Corsair shit. That, hold on, I'll pause it afterwards. We'll go back to this one. That's oh no, it'll show us. There's a Chaos Crew. Oh, dude, that's Kroot, right? This guy's a Chaos Kroot. I'm like 90% sure. Although he looks more like crocodile-like than Kroot, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be. Oh shit! Holy shit! I was about to say these look no different. Is that a new flyer? That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Maybe. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really get the new Corsair stuff. The Corsair are pirate themed Eldar, right? They're like, I just know the dinosaur ones. I kind of want the dinosaur ones to be here.
And 2 armies are getting a lot of new plastic miniatures. Chaos Space Marines and the forces of the Eldari. If we start,
that's a Chaos Crew. I'm not crazy, right? That's Chaos Crew.
This is Huron Blackheart and the Masters of the Maelstrom. We knew, of course, that Huron Blackheart was on his way. We suspected there might have been some other Corsair-looking things.
Oh, dude, I love the new Corsair shit. So, dude, the red Corsairs are so cool. As someone that's just started watching One Piece, I'm 70 like episodes in. It's so cool to see like a ragtag group, dude. Like, oh, I might need to get like a. I wouldn't start a small Corsair army. I don't care that much. I might just get like a kill team and get some of the characters.
Little demonic helper, the Hammer Dryer, and he's showing what happens when you go on the wrong side of a meltagun, signed courtesy of Captain Andocles of the Star Phantoms chapter. Yeah, he doesn't come alone, as you mentioned. There is a swathe of interesting characters in his retinue. Why don't we take a look at some of those? First up would be Geryon the Corpse Master. He's the Lord Apothecary of the Red Corsairs. He was.
We've seen this guy, and unfortunately, I'm 25 now. I've just turned 25. I'm already getting this model's receding hairline, dude. In the corner of my skull, the hair's starting to go. I look a bit like this guy.
Problem that kicked off the 4th Quadrant Rebellion in the first place.
Dude, yeah, he has like a little mole rat pet, dude. I love the little mole. Dude, these guys are just so charming. I love these models.
He is kind of not really got the best interest at heart of the Red Corsairs that he battles alongside. You can see a Red Corsair on the base there, probably
clutching the apron awkwardly.
Yeah, he's not going to get the medical attention that he's particularly looking for. He has a special rule basically where if a Red Corsair unit near him is at half strength, he can have a command point because he's harvesting the Gene Seed and that's what he's looking for. He can also bring models back into the unit that he is in. So Huron and his retinue are a little bit more durable.
Not the battlefield medic that the Red Corsairs might want, but definitely the one they deserve. Next up in line is Qatar Garrix, who is the headsman of the Red Corsairs. This is
gonna be real, guys. Gonna be real. This looks like a resin Space Marine hero that is clinging on to life before Legends, dude. This looks like half of the old Space Wolf characters. This guy, he's a bit flat. He's a bit flat.
Signed on permanently with
Not every model can be a banger though. Is he like? Are these individual characters or is this like one character group? Like like those Imperial Guard guys, the Gaunt's Ghosts.
Will quell even the smallest rumor of like insurrection.
Yeah, I think if you turn up with the heads of the
Gonna be real, this looks bad. I'm glad you guys also maybe think like. I'm not crazy, right? This looks like a 4th edition resin character.
He has precision and anti-character on his weapons, which is pretty
nice. And he just looks incredible. Really.
I mean, I actually over the course of like 1 minute, this guy's already kind of growing on me. I actually like that he's not that complicated. The more I look at him, oh my god, no, he does have dude, he's standing still upright, dude. He has the most default pose possible. He still has a combat rock. He has the flattest, tiniest combat, dude. Oh, whatever, dude. Fuck off. He actually has a combat rock, dude. He's
next up in this retinue. And if you had Mantis Warriors in 2026 on your bingo card, congratulations. This is Garlon Soul Eater.
I mean, these guys are fairly cool.
He has signed up with the Red Corsairs.
These aren't individual characters, right? Can anyone? I don't know if this is even confirmed yet. I don't know if any of us know. Are these individual characters, or is this like a squad of characters?
The minds of those around him. There's stories of him sort of turning the crews of like gun decks against their allies and like firing salvos at supposedly friendly ships. And he's kind of like Huron's spy master and manipulates all of the sort of schemes around.
There's a lot of schemes
Huron.
if you're a pirate to keep track of.
Well, I
aren't there?
imagine
Just
so,
to
right?
help you out.
He's also got a really cool helmet, and the rumour is he hasn't taken it off for more than a decade, and maybe he's hideously mutated underneath.
Could be. He's got some really tasty rules in Warhammer 40,000 as well. He has a precision psychic attack that is d6 plus 1 damage, which means you can basically pick out enemy characters in units and just take them out, basically mind wrench them out of reality.
Fantastic. Yeah, another great space
This
marine,
guy's cool.
Chaos Space Marine,
This guy's
suppose,
cool, I
within,
dig him.
Huron's retinue. The next model is Immortal, and is the captain of the Reign of Spite. This is Captain Sargota. She was once a Imperial Navy commander from the Solar Segmentum fleets. Incredibly well placed within the noble houses, long lineage and dynasty behind her. She was politically outmaneuvered once she was injured, and while she was convalescing, sort of her position and station were taken from her. In revenge, she essentially
This character looks
orchestrated
exceptionally
the
cool,
entire naval
and I think it was
crews,
someone said this is
to
going to make a great Inquisitor kit, but
where
actually it will.
Very piratey.
This looks like a
Now
absolute
serves
bitch to
on one
paint.
of the biggest
This
battle
looks like a
fleets
nightmare to
of the Huron
paint,
fleet,
but it's a
where
very cool model.
oversees a lot of his operations. She also joins the battlefield sometimes, which is why she's on this command desk here.
Yeah, I think this is my favourite model from this box set.
It's really good.
It's really, really fun. It's like a nice, characterful diorama piece. The thing that she's floating around on actually is something that she uses during boarding of enemy ships. So it's effectively like a mobile command dais, but she can plug it into the command stations of enemy ships once they've been boarded to take it over.
Yeah.
So she's all in pirate.
You can imagine all the mechadendrites underneath. You can imagine them slotting into all the ports in a plundered ship, and then suddenly all of those data slates behind her come alive with all the information you need to essentially steal an entire battleship.
I like the little bird skulls on the shoulder as well. I like to imagine one of those was a parrot.
There you go. Yep, very practical. Fantastic model and really exciting addition. The next one, maybe even stranger, and a lot of people have been trying to guess what this means. They've looked
I
at
don't
the
think
silhouette.
anyone guessed right.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
you did, well done.
This is a Tyrellian dog soldier known as the Enforcer. She is essentially the warrior that Huron sends out to hunt down those who would dissent against
I
him.
love this. This is so cool. I love this so much.
Saying his leadership or reneging on deals. And so the Enforcer hunts them down relentlessly. She'll go as far as it takes to do so. And she takes with her Plunder, which is the canine-ish, canid-looking creature. That is, if you were wondering, an adolescent Barghisi. If the term Barghisi is familiar to you, that's because in Warhammer 40,000 there's a thing called the hyper-violent Barghisi, which has appeared a couple of times in our lore.
Oh,
this is what they
dude,
look
this
like
one's the best,
before
right?
They are big enough to be called hyper-violent. When she first met it, it bit her arm off, which is why she's got that unusual bionic sort of fist thing that you can see there. Now it serves essentially as her little hunter-killer. But she has to keep an eye on it because they're prone to spates of really rapid growth, and eventually it will become too big to manage. And rumours of Barghisi like devastating entire spaceports like run rife. So she will eventually have to take it to the Warhammer 40,000 equivalent of the Woodshed.
Or the space farm.
Oh yeah, we're a happy ending for everybody in the grim darkness of the far future.
I think what this miniature does in terms of like telling you about the story of Huron and
Even though this is a great model, right? This is a very cool model. My disappointment is that we've had this room, like the arm. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not, but we've had the rumor engine of this hand for a very long time, and it was believed we were getting another wave of Kroot. So I guess that means no extra Kroot wave. But this character is very cool.
Marines and humans. You also have alien pirates and bounty hunters and all the kind of ne'er-do-wells and piratical forces from the whole region gravitating towards the Maelstrom. So it's not just about Chaos Space Marines. He is the master of this enormous pirate empire within the Maelstrom.
Absolutely, yeah. The forces at his disposal are vast, and if you want to resist the sort of oppressive regime, as they would call it, of the Imperium or other places, then the Maelstrom might be the place for you, and I'm sure he's a very kind-hearted leader. Speaking of Huron Blackheart, he does not come alone. The Masters of the Maelstrom are joined by this box set. Everything
Right.
you see here comes in a big box called the Lords of the Maelstrom, and is essentially the heart of a Red Corsairs army.
This is a bit of a shit box, right?
Loads of great
We all agree this is this an upgrade kit actually?
See in here.
Yeah, so some of these miniatures...
Oh shit, okay, these are new, these are new.
Separately. Some of these are old miniatures with upgrade kits, some of them are brand new miniatures. These are Raiders, they are a brand new miniature set. These are effectively the elite of the Red Corsairs. They sit somewhere between Legionaries and Chosen in terms of power and hierarchy.
Yep.
And they are the veterans of the Badab Wars and the various different conflicts within the Maelstrom. As far as in game. They are a really useful little unit. They have infiltrate. They have 3 wounds each. They have a really respectable combat outlet.
3 wounds.
And they've also got things like melter guns,
Dude.
and power fists, and stuff that you can put into the unit.
Oh, these aren't battle line. I keep forgetting this isn't its own army. This isn't a new army. This is just like
But also the models are
this is just like an elite unit. So 3 wounds isn't that crazy actually.
Renegade Chaos Space Marine. You're existing outside of the structures of the these mighty Space Marine legions. So a lot of their war gear looks scavenged, and the plate armor and so on is sort of cobbled together. They've got lots of trappings on them from various battles and enemies that they fought. It's really quite exciting to see these.
Lots of them have got like pelts of wild animals, or
Yeah,
coarse
absolutely.
hair, as I like to call it.
Oh, very good, very good. There's more within this box set. Next up, you can see the Chaos Terminator squad. These are the Chaos Terminators that you already know and love if you're a Chaos
Okay,
Space Marine player.
ballsy decision
It's here
to re-explain
have,
this very old kit to us that everyone already has.
Included within
But
this box set.
Okay, I respect
So
it.
essentially, you can just tailor them to look like Red Corsairs. Obviously, Chaos Terminators are fantastically useful if you're living your life via the medium of shipboarding actions. and
Yeah,
so on.
there's quite a lot of Chaos Terminators that show up in some of the Red Corsair.
Has it been a G-dub? It's only just started, but it's very interesting so far. This is literally the first
I
reveal.
think they look great in red and black as well.
It's a
don't they?
really striking
It's
colour
a good colour
isn't it?
scheme.
Yeah, absolutely. Similarly, you have the Legionaries. This is the same kit that you might be used to from the other Chaos Space Marine Legions. And again, there's upgrades that tailor them towards looking like Red Corsairs. So you've got these.
Okay, dude, Red Corsair upgrade
and
kit.
then you've
That's
got all
cool.
the details as well. We'll show what they look like in a moment. But you've got like heads.
That's
and,
fairly cool. I had a friend that really wanted to start Red Corsairs.
There we go. That is the whole.
Oh, that is not a lot to this, dude. That is just the shoulders and some hands. Oh,
That kind of like
Yeah,
size of
absolutely.
armor. If you want to have some, like raptors or something, you could do those too.
I don't know.
You've got some really cool unhelmeted heads
I think
there.
the heads.
I don't know. This is not that exciting.
It's all
Really
good,
great.
isn't it? And then there's some big transfers as well. So if you want to have like rhinos and land raiders and dreadnoughts and things that have the appropriate iconography on it, you can do that too.
Yeah, what you get with this transfer sheet is way more than you need to do just the models that come in the set. So if you're looking to build a big Red Corsairs force,
Okay. I mean, no one's. Has there ever been a?
but it's not done. There's also the
Traitor Guardsmen.
These are the exact Traitor Guardsmen you know and love. They're just in red and working for the Red Corsairs. And
I didn't even know Traitor Guardsmen had a.
flock to who
I didn't even know that was a unit.
and sort of try and survive outside of the restrictions of the Astra Militarum and the Imperial Line.
Anyway, sorry. Before I distract myself, has there ever been an upgrade sprue that people are like raved about? Does anyone love an upgrade
It's
sprue?
actually my favourite model out of this launch. I think the Reeve Captain really just hits home on what it means to be a Renegade Chaos Space Marine.
This is a fantastic captain.
Fantastic model. He's a multi-part kit, but the one right in the centre is the one that really gets me. Loads of detail, loads of plunder. He's picked up bits and pieces from lots of battles, and he just looks incredible. And he's quite good in the game, right?
Yeah, so there's loads of options on the kit to start with. So this is a multi-part plastic kit. You've got a choice of 2 different combat weapons. They've got different stats in the game. You've got a sword and you've got a mace. You can have a plasma pistol if you want them to have, or you can have a bolt pistol.
I mean, I guess you can just proxy that. I mean, I'd rather if I was the audience for this box, I'm not going to be picking this box up. I would much rather just have cultists, and I'd imagine most people are just going to play them as cultists.
So he is somewhere thereabouts of Chaos Lord level in terms of his abilities. He is a little bit less fighty than a Chaos Lord.
I also read that as
More
Rave
to the table
Captain.
in terms of abilities that you can give to your unit. He has Infiltrate, which means that he's a great addition to some of those Red Corsair squads we talked about before. So he can be right up in the enemy's face early on in the game. He can also give you loads of abilities when you charge into close combat, and you've got lots of stuff across the Chaos Space Marine Codex that allows you to have things like run and charge, so they stack really nicely with those. So you can get an extra point of strength, an extra point of AP, and re-rolling charges with this guy on that unit, which might be infiltrating right up in your enemy's face, which is a pretty tasty little combo.
Nice.
And worth saying as well, with all of the stuff that we've just talked through there, you can absolutely do this as a Red Corsairs army if you want. If you want to go all in for Huron Blackheart and go with the red and black of that force, you can. Or you can add these into any other Chaos Space Marine army. So if you've got an existing Black Legion army and you want to sprinkle a little bit of Red Corsairs into it, or team them up with the Alpha Legion, you can absolutely do that.
Perfect. We are not even halfway done with the stuff for this Maelstrom section. We've talked about Huron and the Red Corsairs. In that video that we saw at the beginning, we saw
New Grey Knights when? I think we're going to see Grey Knights. That's my hot take. I think we're going to see Grey Knights.
Eldritch Raiders. So
I'm not even sure what's new in this kit.
If you're unaware, Prince Iriel is a renowned Eldari hero. He is the saviour of Craftworld Iyanden when it was under attack from the hive fleets of the Tyranids. And really, solidified his sort of place in legend. But the thing he loves
I love this
to,
bug-eyed
range across the
guy here,
galaxy,
dude. This
breathing,
insect-eyed.
and,
Was that a warlock? He
this
looks awesome.
This is a box set. Everything you see on here is included within it, and we'll take you through and have a quick look at all of those things. First out the gates are the Corsair Skyreavers.
Yeah, so this is a really useful little unit for Corsairs. You can include these in a Corsair army.
These guys are supposed to be pirate
Highly
themed, right?
craft-built army if you want to.
These guys are
They're
supposed to be
really
like
flexible,
pirate
flexible
Eldar, is
units.
my understanding
You
of
can
them.
kit out in
I mean, I think that's what the word
ways.
Corsair
They
means,
come
right?
as standard with Corsair blades and shuriken pistols, which is a great little kind of combo to pick on little isolated enemy units, but you've also got the option to include quite a lot of different special weapons in the unit. So if you want to make them anti-infantry, you've got things like shredders and flamers. If you want to make them anti-tank, you can put fusion guns and stuff like that in the unit. And they've got a lot of movement abilities that come with scout, deep strike, and a reactive move ability as standard, which means they're going to be very hard to pin down. So they've got a phenomenal kind of objective game.
Yeah, they really play into that sort of hit and withdraw aspect
Yes.
of the Eldritch Raiders that makes them famous. They're also a lovely callback to some very classic.
Prince
rogue
Uriel's the
era
reason you
where
got into
you're
Eldar,
vintage, like
or
me,
wanted to get back at
you'll
Eldar way
recognise
back.
it, and it feels quite nice.
Okay, this guy looks a bit piratey. He looks more Drukhari. Are these guys like an in between? Are these Drukhari? Are these Eldar? I'm not even sure.
In a similar
They have like the
way,
Cabalite helmets,
the way
right?
They fight. There's another unit within this set. You'll be familiar with them if you've maybe played Kill Team over the last few years. These are the
Pirates,
Corsair
yeah, they got
Void
some
Raiders.
nice crosses. Yeah, I was gonna say they look in between. These guys are really cool. These guys are very cool.
Tell us about the Void Reavers, if you would.
Yeah, so the Corsair Void Reavers are your kind of line Corsair infantry. That's a really flexible kit. You can build them as either a kind of battle line version or as an elite version. They have loads of different weapon options. So they're one of the most flexible kits in Warhammer 40,000 in terms of the different range of stuff you can give them. You can make them very anti-infantry or very anti-character or very good at shooting or combat or taking out tanks or whatever you need, really. The bits in the kit are really interchangeable with the other new Corsair stuff that's on its way as well. So it was already a really flexible unit, and now it's even more flexible in terms of how you can build it. And if you are a fan of kind of kit bashing stuff together, this is a dream, this box.
Yeah, absolutely. To lead these all into battle, there are two heroes within the Eldritch Raider set. The first of which,
Oh, I love this model, dude. I love its weirdly insectoid face.
Void Dreamer, I hear you ask. Well, a Void Dreamer is a type of Eldar Seer, and Karseth specialises in being able to sense the subtle fluctuations in the fabric of reality. So,
Oh, this guy's
one of
cool.
the gifts
I think this is actually my favorite model so far.
warp translations.
They've
Imagine
revealed. I love
that
this
you
guy.
Come out of the warp with your fleet, and you're straight into the gun sights of the Eldritch Raiders sat waiting for you. That's quite the boon for Iriel and his team. Also, Karseth specifically coordinates the efforts of the Eldritch Raiders, making sure that they're all like working in synchronicity and firing together. You can imagine them sort of speaking into the minds of the warriors and making sure that everybody's all on the same page.
Yeah, so a really useful unit in game terms as well. This is an Eldar Psyker and comes with a ranged psychic attack, like Psychic Storm style thing. But the reason that they really pop is the special rules that come with them. One of them is the ever useful ability to stop enemy units deploying within 12, so they can see the future, you can never catch them off guard sort of thing. That's great to put on your backfield objective or to just screen out large portions of the battlefield to stop things like Corsair Terminators teleporting
exactly
behind
so.
you. That's not a thing that would be good for you. The other ability that they have is if you manage to hit an enemy unit with their psychic attack, all the rest of the Corsairs that fire into that unit hit with an extra point of strength. So it's a really good synergistic unit to help the rest of your Corsairs hit even harder.
Perfect. And of course, they are led by none other than Prince Iriel. Prince Iriel is the outcast Prince of Iandon, and he's returned now with his Corsair fleet to deliver his craft world from annihilation once again by leading an army into the Maelstrom. He's equipped with the Spear of Twilight, a very famous weapon. It's extremely
Do you know what?
dangerous.
I'm pretty good with knowing named Warhammer characters. Eldar must be a bit of a weak spot because I've never heard of this guy before.
As well as an actual leader of warriors.
Yeah, so a really, a phenomenal miniature, right? Like it looks really cool. It's definitely a great glow up, but it's still very recognisably the Prince Uriel that we know and love. In game terms, he makes a phenomenal either leader for a Corsair army, or you can put him into a standard Craft World force, and he has a very useful ability to redeploy some of your units before the game starts, and he also has some boosts to whatever unit he's joined. So just a really good all-round leader, and a combat stat line that punches up with some of the best of the Eldar heroes. He's got a really.
He has one of the Ynnari blades. They're like that was the plan to kill Slaanesh, right? And they never finished it. I remember getting because as someone that loves Slaanesh and Slaanesh lore, I remember being so frustrated they just never finished that story.
The best. So he's
That's
got
how
two
you
of them.
know he's good, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
it comes with 2 banners.
So obviously the other thing
Nothing
that I've
orc
seen
related
in,
yet,
in the
no.
video and in the army shot that we saw was this. This is the Starfang. It is an a Eldari unit which is designed to go alongside the Corsair Raiders as they fight. It's pretty good in its own right. Eddie, can you talk us through it?
I absolutely can. So this is a really useful little utility unit. So first and foremost, it has a fairly respectable amount of firepower. Its firepower is geared to killing heavy infantry level stuff. So AP3, strength 6, 2 damage stuff. So it's a Space Marine killer in terms of its damage output. There's a disintegrator cannon you can see on the front of it there. But one of the other things that it does for your army, which is really useful, is it can make...
Oh, dude, I was wondering why that gun looked backwards. There's a little,
So
like,
it's grenade launcher
co-pilot
that
in
can
it.
cover
That's kinda
the,
funny.
one of your infantry units in kind of covering...
Is this a brand new mod? I know it's new, but is this like an upgrade sprue? This seems like too familiar.
A lot of your army is going to be quite fresh.
I feel like this is like, I
One
don't
of
know, I guess it's
things
based
about
on the
this
other
is
flyers
a
they have.
Kufa kit, as we sometimes call them. Essentially, the kit that's in the box, and eventually it will be available separately, also makes the Viper, which I believe is actually...
Oh, dude, I love the Viper, dude. Oh, dude, that's what I was thinking of. I was just thinking of the old Viper. It's just an upgrade.
Which has been around for 30 years or more.
I think it's longer than 30 years.
Oh, you've aged me terribly. Yeah, this is a classic light attack vehicle. It's 2 crew, it's got that turret on the back, and it's got a range of weapons available to it, right?
Yeah, so this is the updated Viper. It will be recognizable to anybody who's had a Viper in their army. It still retains a lot of the key features that you'll recognize.
See, I was just thinking of the old Viper. That's why it looks so familiar.
It still has the option of things like Shuriken Cannon. You can have a Star Cannon on there. You can have a Bright Lance. Underneath the Viper, you also have the option now to put an Eldar missile launcher on it. So that gives you the potential to make it quite a good anti-tank unit. You can put 2 of these in a unit, so you can imagine 2 Bright Lances, 2 Eldar missile launchers shooting into something becomes quite formidable. Or you can get it out for pretty good anti-infantry with Shuriken Cannons and Star Cannons and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so here we've got a really good look at it in person on the desk. It is a fantastic looking kit. It's got that classic silhouette that you expect. If you build it the right way, the turret has some play, so you can maneuver a little. This is an heavy metal painted one, and I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not going to fiddle with it too enthusiastically. And then, I guess the major difference is the sort of the positioning of the turrets and the way they work. It's a really just a fantastic sort of innovation on a very classic design. The Viper's been with us for a long time.
Yeah, I mean the current Viper model is lovely, but it's definitely showing its age a little bit around the edges. So the crispness on the
Dude, even I'm looking at this army being like, I could do with an Eldar army.
Some of the things like the jet bike engine, so it fits really neatly and nicely into an Eldari army.
Inside the
I think this is like it's like a dual build kit, right? I think you can build either with one kit.
Plastic, and you've got options for the crew. This one with the Starfang has sort of crew that look more sort of
Got a
Corsair
Corsair, yeah.
oriented, and then you've got the classic sort of craftwood helmets on the Viper, but you can mix and match as you see fit.
Yeah.
Really exciting. Where do you learn about all of these exciting Corsairs, both the Red Corsairs and the Eldritch Raiders? Well, of course, we need a book for that. And here we go. This is a succinctly named Warhammer 40,000, the Maelstrom, Lair of the Tyrant into the Nightmare Realm. If you are familiar with Titus, which just released, I think, this is a very similar idea. So it's 4 books contained in a slipcase that detail all of the events that we've talked about. And
Guess which 2 armies you play? Oh, dude. Expensive time to be you.
So there's quite a lot to go through here. Just like the 500 Worlds books we've just seen released, there's loads of good stuff in here. Lair of the Tyrant is your lore book, so this dives into the history and environments and all the locations within the Maelstrom in a level of detail that we've never seen before. We find out about the key planets within that region, the bits that Huron is in control of, the various different battles that are ongoing. It's definitely not a unified empire, right? There are lots of factions all playing for their part and trying to carve out their little pirate empires within the Maelstrom. It also tells you all about the Red Corsairs and...
I think we would have seen it. I think it would have been part of this thing here. So I guess we're not getting freebooters, but this does make me want to see. I think maybe we'll get freebooters next edition, but I want to see a freebooter refresh.
For example, Crucible of Champions is quite exciting because it is encourages you to sort of create your own hero, stamp your own identity on them, which is a thing I love to do whenever I'm playing a game of Warhammer 40,000. I imagine the commander of my army is me, so that's very exciting. And obviously,
I think you'd make a great
I'm going to try and speed this up. We are a bit behind, and the book talk is a tad boring.
You can sort of get different war gear and different special rules and all that stuff to make really exciting and unique characters.
Sorry if anyone was really interested in the book
There are
talk.
kind of detachments, as you might have guessed, has some detachments in. So one of the things that's worth saying about this book is much like we'll have with the Bible World Titans book. all
Wait,
the rules that are for match play.
that mage guy's joking, right? This book set doesn't cost £150.
And some new attachments for Chaos Space Marines, as you imagine, and for Eldari. So one of those attachments allows you, for example,
Right, surely this set isn't 150.
Raid Ruin lets you put together campaigns that involve things like ships and stuff. So really exciting. Right. So this is not the only stuff that we've got to talk about with regards to the Maelstrom. We also have some new battalions. The first one is the Drukhari battalion, and is packed full of, let's be honest, raiders. Who are looking to...
I mean, that does look like a great box, to be fair, like value-wise. This doesn't look a great box.
Drukhari here, and this is a very heavily witch-themed box. So
Yeah,
if you're looking to start a Drukhari army and you've got an eye on the gladiatorial pits of Comora, this is a great place to start.
It includes a succubus, 2 venoms, 3 reavers, 5 hellions, and 10 witches. So loads of that witch-themed stuff that you were referring to before.
There's not that much. We don't need to listen to the sales pitch. We can just zoom through these a bit.
This is the Leagues of Votan battalion, and that includes
Oh.
the Memnir strategist and 6
This one,
and then 3 Homekin.
this one looks a lot less interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Army and scout ahead. And again,
What is this?
ideal
This is
for
just
Maelstrom and,
2 boxes of the Wojaks.
if you want to.
and kind of
And
a
not sold on this one.
Is relevant to a big chunk of Warhammer 40,000. There are loads of people within the Maelstrom all trying to carve out little empires. There's Orc Rebooters and Drukhari and Leagues of Votan and all sorts of stuff.
And there's opportunities in it. It's like it's sort of untested.
For those that will claim it,
Exactly.
yeah.
Fantastic. So we have been keeping an eye on some questions, and I've got some that I will just quickly fire out here. So Prime Mod Hale asks, will Huron make be available separately later, or will we condemn to a character box?
Huron is in the character box in the same way that Titus is. So
Yeah,
there's 2 big boxes coming out initially for the Red Corsairs. One of them is the Red Corsairs Army, which is the Reeve captain leading a force of Red Corsairs, and the other one is Huron and his bodyguard. Everything in the big battalion box will be available separately, but I think for the moment Huron's staying with his retinue.
Yeah, absolutely. The next one is, can Huron's retinue join another unit?
I don't.
I think it's a unit in its
think
own
so.
right and
It's a great
operates
question.
independently. So that is a good question.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Perfect. And then a question, I think, regarding the Viper from Jocked 4020 is the turret interchangeable? I think if you built it carefully, you might be able to interchange the weapons, but I think once you've built the turret, that's your lot. So
I haven't built it, so I don't know for sure. You could
Perfect.
certainly have a go.
yeah, absolutely. Keep your questions coming in. We'll try and answer some as we go through. One last one from Afexipe. If I've said your name wrong, I apologise. And your question is, which factions can be played in the Maelstrom campaign? Absolutely loads of them. There's an enormous list which I won't go through, but it includes things like Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, Orcs, Freebooters would be great in there. Loads of things. The idea is that you can
Oh,
get
I think that
involved
name drop of the freebooters is confirmation. We're not getting
explore
freebooters.
the Maelstrom and this terribly violent, chaotic environment. This would be a really good opportunity.
I'm quite sure that we will list the factions that you can use on Warhammer Community,
Yeah, absolutely.
so you can decide for yourself. I think it's almost everything in Warhammer 40.
Yeah, I would be surprised if we've left somebody out, to be honest. Perfect. Thank you very much. We should press on. So.
There is a little bit more Warhammer 40,000 later on as well.
Yeah, that's fair to say. We are about to go to the Mortal Realms, but there's more Warhammer 40,000.
Okay.
later.
Okay, more 40k.
Now.
And we know the Custody stuff. Oh, Nagash. I just made a video about Nagash.
Yes, you can't just solve all of our problems by increasing the bone tithe. The hell I can't.
Oh, this looks so cool. This looks so good. I kind of don't like. I muted my mic by accident. I kind of didn't like the Reaver looking guys though, but these will look so cool.
The armies of the Bone Tithe.
I got a bit overexcited then. That was cool. That was cool. But because like it led with Nagash in a way that I bet a lot of people will be very upset with. I know people do not like how cartoony this can be sometimes. I thought we were getting the Legions of Nagash back. I thought Legions of Nagash were coming back.
For a long time. If we start with the Mortex Triaxes, We saw a Ossiarch with a bow quite a while back, actually, in a Warhammer Underworld Warband.
Canaan's Hunters, I think.
Absolutely, and I think way back then, people
But
were
these guys do
saying,
look incredible.
Of course, Nagash didn't make just one bow, right? That would be a really strange thing to have done. He did, in fact, make loads of bows, and he's given.
Okay, apparently we got a lot of
Now
boneheads
you
in the
have
chat,
the
dude. A lot of
unit
Bone Reaper
bows
players there.
in your Ossiarch Bone Reaper's army, and that does some really fun stuff for you in terms of how you might approach building an army. You can now make a very shooty death army, which has never really been an option before. You can imagine loads of these backed up by your Mortek crawlers and things.
Yeah.
You can absolutely dominate the shooting phase. They've got some really tasty rules in game. They've got very respectable damage.
Dude, I love the Bone Bird, by the way. Holy shit, the Bone
One
Bird.
of the things to watch on them is
Oh,
those
the Bone Bird's so cool.
braziers that follow the unit around.
Yeah, these are my favourite guys in the kit, really. I like the little familiars and stuff. And these are Balefire Braziers you see in the bottom left of your screen right now. They're essentially tokens. What happens is if you fire the whole unit at one enemy, once you're done, you place one of these Balefire Braziers on that unit. And that has a few effects. The most significant from my point of view is that that unit, while it's got that token on, can't heal wounds or get models back. And so instead you take that token off. And I rely, as my Stormcast Eternal player, on repairing damage to my unit, and so it's quite damning. In addition to it looking fantastic with those shrieking faces in the flames.
Yeah, the models are very cool as well. I like the kind of one eye look that they've got as well. So obviously Nagash
Got like
forges.
a bonus eye in their forehead.
Yeah, well, but it's maybe not quite where you'd expect it to be. Maybe it's like right at the top of where you'd hold an arrow. I don't know if it makes you better.
Bone Bird
at
is
shooting,
so
but
cool. Holy
I
shit.
don't know. Who knows, right? So, but anyway, they're quite good at shooting. You'll definitely see some in Ossiarch armies, and you can do some very fun stuff with your.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up is another infantry unit for the army. These are the.
Oh, I don't like these guys. I can't.
They are Dread Assassins.
I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's just weird that they're painted black.
Specifically, enemy heroes.
Yes, so this is
I don't know.
unit for
I'm not feeling these
heroes
guys.
and kind of those little isolated, useful units like wizards and priests and stuff like that. They've got two things that help them out with that. They've got anti-hero on all of their weapons. They also have the ability to effectively teleport.
Anyone else feeling this? Anyone else not as keen on this exact
terrain
unit?
feature. You can pick the unit up and you can redeploy it on the other side of that terrain feature. So
I feel like it just clashes.
enemies that are
I
trying
feel like
to
these clash with the rest of the army
Well, it's
really
takeover
hard.
tactic, right? You know, parked behind a piece of
It might just be how they're painted though.
burst out the other side. That's quite nasty. And fantastic in terms of imagery. This is a very different look and feel to what we expect from the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, who are normally quite regimented and sort of militaristic.
Yeah, they used to sort of frowned upon within some of the Ossiarch circles, isn't it? Some of
Yeah,
the,
it's not quite the way it should be done.
it doesn't seem like it's fair. Like they are.
I mean, you guys seem to be feeling it. I might just be wrong here.
That's true. That's true. He's the boss.
So, to lead these new infantry models into combat, we have a new hero. This is a Liege Mortek.
This guy's incredible. This guy's gorgeous. Another Bone Bird. A second Bone Bird has hit the reveal
He
stream.
has some good abilities in the game.
Yeah, so I mean, first and foremost, he is useful to have an infantry hero. You can use him to wander around with your infantry phalanxes. He has a particularly cool little ability, which is...
For the people who have just joined, we've just had up two 40k reveals. Eldar Corsairs and more Red Corsairs. But we're getting more 40k stuff in a bit.
That stacks really nicely with that new Archer unit, because effectively you can charge in with this guy and then they back him up with a rain of arrows as he
absolutely.
slams into the enemy forces. So it's quite a kind of thematic look. He also stacks really nicely with your phalanxes of spearmen and line infantry within the Ossiarch. So just a really
This is a
solid
gorgeous
hero to
character.
put in the middle
Yeah,
of the
if,
army.
if you're going for Mortek Garden Triaxes and Crawlers, you want a couple of these to keep everything.
This might be the second reveal show I've streamed out of two where the show's been stolen by Age of Sigmar. These don't go quite as hard as the Chorfs. Oh, dude.
I feel like this is like
Oh, that's a
something
that's a
like
gorgeous
really
chariot.
Call from a world that was.
Oh my god, what a
Finishing
gorgeous
Hekara
chariot.
with their, you know, they were renowned for their chariots, and here we see a nightmare vision brought to the mortal realms. Amazing.
Yeah, so the Ossiarchs are very much Nagash's idea of an ideal army. So obviously twisted through the filter of the god of death. But these are very powerful units in the game. There's two versions of this kit. There's one that you can make into a hero chariot, and there's also a kind of standard chariot. The hero chariot is a really, really durable unit. They both are, but the hero one has 12 wounds,
That's a lot of
three up
killing.
save and a ward save. So even without being fast and having lots of other abilities, he's just really hard to kill and get rid of. But he stacks really nicely if you send him in alongside some chariots, because he's got some abilities that let them kind of grind into the enemy units even after they've charged.
Based on models, dude, it's barely even a contest. Based on models, it's incredible.
Yeah, the idea here.
I mean, dude, I need to get my Gloomspite Gits shit painted up, dude. That's my favorite army I own.
Undying.
I love my
hold the
Gloomspite
enemy
Gits.
on the anvil and then just smash them away with the hammer of the cavalry units. And,
Yeah, I
chariots.
think all the stuff coming out for Ossiarchs just gives them loads of new options.
yeah,
Because I think
totally.
there's been a couple of ways to play Ossiarchs for a little while now, but now you've got opened up a whole swathe of new things, right? So you
For the
can
people in
imagine,
chat questioning
armies
whether
that
they
heavily
need to get
scale
into
Death Riders and stuff
Age of
like that,
Sigmar or
you
not,
can imagine armies that
unlike
heavily invest
40k,
in
the
amazing
combat
armies
patrols, they're
that
called
now look
spearheads.
tasty.
It's actually a really popular game. If you want to just pick up the combat patrol, you don't even need to expand the army beyond that, dude. You'll be able to find loads of people to play with just the combat patrol.
This is the personal army of Arkan the Black, and it's an army of renown. So if you want to take an Ossiarch Bone Reaper's army with a slightly different feel, essentially you don't have access to all of the units you would normally do, but you get some distinct bonuses. Essentially, Arkan and the wizards that accompany him get bonuses to make their spellcasting more effective and even better, and the whole army gets some arcane protection to sort of reduce the incoming magic that would come your
I mean,
way.
this looks like a cool
It's
box.
super thematic.
The new skeletons do really age these old skeletons, though.
Warhammer for-
Right? These old skeletons, in comparison, do look very old. But, like, charming. They're
If you like
charming
magic
old.
And you like Ossiarchs and you want to just go all in for magic, this is one of the ways that you can do it. This is a great little box set to start off. You can also just use this as the start of any Ossiarch army as
Absolutely.
well. It's a perfectly good start to that too. There's another box set on
There
their
is,
way as well.
So here we have the Heralds of the Bone Tithe, which is a regiment.
Why does
of renown
this-
for them.
Yeah, so effectively this.
If you showed me this box, if you went, hey, Shagrot, look at this box, I would have told you this is fake. This is the fakest looking box. This looks photoshopped, right? I'm not crazy. This looks photoshopped. This looks like a really weird, like, fake
means that you can
reveal.
Put some of your Ossiarch units into any other death force. So if you have something like a Soulblight Gravelord's army, or a Nighthaunt army, or a
Something
Flaming
weird is
army,
off
you
with
can
this
send
box.
Some of Nagash's tax collectors along with your force, so that when the battle has finished, they can go around the battlefield and gather up the bones of the fallen. There's some really nice little abilities in this unit. He's got a spell that means that if you cast it onto an enemy unit, they have to use a command point if they want to fight, which is
really nasty.
It's really, really good. You've got to get it cast. You've got to get it cast. So your opponent will know you're trying to do it. But there is a potentially game-winning little move in there. If you can stop an enemy unit from fighting because they've run out of command points, or make them use a valuable command point when they don't want to.
Do you know what? That's a good point. Have they done this before? Have they done like an in-between? Because, like, this isn't like an army box. This is just like a little auxiliary thing to pick up. But it's just like, just 3 units. That's kind of cool.
And here he is, sort of.
It's kind of cool there's just 3 units. That's probably why it looks so weird, because it's like in between a combat patrol.
This box is both of them. Speaking of death, this is the Death Battle Tome of the Bone Reapers.
Mad, underwhelming box art, dude. How does the model look so much better than like the cover art, dude? The new model looks way better than the art for it.
For everything that we've talked about. They've got a really interesting new rule available to the army.
I mean, it's still cool art, don't get me wrong. It's still cool art.
Briefly, but there's like a new little widget attached, the profile circle that you get. And the heroes essentially get relentless discipline points, which they can spend. So the Liege Mortek, this little guy here, gets 5, Nagash gets 10, and they can spend those throughout the game to gain some extra abilities. Really exciting. I've not collected any Ossiarch Bone Reapers before, and as I was sort of deep diving into
Sorry, I'm listening into this.
I'm quite excited at the possibilities and the weird combos and things you can do. It's very exciting.
Yeah, so you've got things that basically help you out in every phase. You've got things that make you better at fighting or slightly more durable and things like that. And one of the things you want to do.
How long will this stream be? I'm not sure. I'll probably chat a bit after the stream, but as long as this the real stream be. They're normally about an hour. I don't know how long it's even been going so far.
Systematic and kind of
It's probably been going for like 10, 20 minutes. Well, I've got no concept of time, so I don't know.
I'll put the Liege Cavalos alongside the Liege Mortek. He's already a fairly big Ossiarch Bone Reaper.
He's taller than a Stormcast.
Exactly, and then the chariot is just this wonderful piece here. So
yeah, but both of these have got quite a lot of options and bits on them as well. So if you build either of these characters, you've got some spare bits, and you can customize a little bit and choose whether you want to go with a spear or a sword or which of the various headdresses and things.
And I think you could probably do some quite interesting things in terms of converting across these two models as well.
It's been 45 minutes, dude. I said 10 minutes. I said 10 to 20 minutes, dude. I have no concept of time whatsoever.
Perfect. Right, that is not it for the Mortal Realms, however. We have another battle tome to show you that is coming out fairly soon. This is the Chaos Battle Tome, Disciples of Tzeentch. And as you might expect, it contains everything you need to know about the followers of the Changer of Ways. and all of his armies that are at his disposal. And it's not just a book that's coming out. We are also with a new miniature.
Oh man, I mean this is a fine model, right? This guy's cool.
Yeah, so
I do like this model.
of the mortal armies
But
of
you
Zinch,
know,
of course,
your army is getting screwed for the edition when they just say, "Oh, there's also a book and here's a model." This guy,
into battle. Because this is a Zinchian general.
this guy's cool. This is a cool model,
Things that they bring to the battlefield are less
but it's
about
very underwhelming as a reveal.
fight and more about deceiving your opponent. So you can use some of their abilities to move your own units around the battlefield when the enemy comes with
Another bird, though.
Units, all of a sudden they're not there anymore.
This is like a third bird. There might have been a bird I missed in the Corsair reveal as well. A lot of birds today.
They are still a Chaos Lord and they still fight in combat very effectively, but it's the tricks and the strategic positioning stuff they bring to your army that makes them really pop in your games.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a new terrain piece for these, which is just fantastic. This is the thing I'm most excited about for the Disciples.
These are unbelievably cool terrain pieces, actually. Holy shit.
Fantastic embodiment of like the weirdness of Tzeentch, right? When you look at these and sort of the magic swirling around them. There's a story being told by this model which is borne out by the rules and the lore. Essentially, you see the one on the left on the screen sort of being torn apart. These drift around the battlefield. They're really useful. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But if one is destroyed, if you don't get them both, the other one will split and essentially make a new one. And so that you see it splitting apart. That's really part of its own story. It's just great.
Yeah, so they've got
These are really cool.
two abilities, effectively. One of them is that if one of them is on the battlefield, you can immediately make another one in your hero phase. And if you've got them on the battlefield, you could reposition them as well. And the reason you might want to reposition them is that your wizards can use them to channel their magic through. So if you're close to one of these and you're a Tzeentchian wizard, and you've probably got loads of Tzeentchian wizards if you've got a Tzeentch army, because that's kind of the whole army. You can use these to cast your spells.
The terrain piece is way cooler than the model, yeah.
And if you're playing against them, you can't get rid of
Oh,
them
they're big.
unless
Holy
you
shit, they look
both of them
huge.
At the same time. We've got them on the table here, so you get a sense of the scale. So again, this is a fairly large infantry model. That's like larger than the Stormcast Eternal there. So they're fairly big pieces of terrain, and they go back to that kind of classic Tzeentchian idea of the Silver Towers of Tzeentch, which has been part of their lore for kind of time immemorial. This is a little nod to that.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see
Time immemorial. That's a cool phrase.
Any Tzeentch army.
Oh yeah, we were talking before about, if you've got something like a Thousand Suns army and you're building some scenery or something, you can imagine having these mixed in amongst them to make your battlefield look as Tzeentchian as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is not it in terms of battle tomes forthcoming for the Mortal Realms. There is another one almost equally magical as well. These are, of course, the Order Battle Tome for the Lumineth
Man, they're just
Realm Lords.
blitzing through these reveals.
Again, everything you'd expect from a battle tome, updated with fantastic new lore and all of the rules and things you will need to play your games. The Lumineth Realm Lords army rules have had a shake-up, which is quite exciting. Eddie and I were talking with the team from the Warhammer Studio all about that. And we don't possibly have time to go into all of those details here today, but we'll be covering it as we get closer on warhammercommunity.com. There's also a new model for them. The Lumineth Realm Lords have been really well served with Battlefield Wizards.
It's a cool rule. I mean, it's rule, sorry. This is a cool model. Very cool. But, like,
Yeah, so the Lord Regent.
these are very overshadowed by the big, flashy cinematic
they are a very
reveals.
competent fighter. They're an elven lord, so they've got a very respectable combat stat line. But the real thing they bring to the battle.
That face is a little rough. I don't know if it's the paint job.
Nearby Lumineth units, when they rally, because they are a shining example to their people, you get to roll extra dice into that, which is really useful if you're trying to bring back your models, especially when they cost so many points for Lumineth. So every elf that joins your force is very worthwhile. The other thing they do, if you put them alongside a unit of your wardens, which are your big kind of spear phalanx, they can basically have the phalanx advance into enemy units and cause a whole bunch of mortal wounds. So your big scary block of spearmen becomes even scarier.
Driving forward that
just drive
spear
forward.
line.
So your spearmen can not only do mortal wounds when they fight, they can also just do it passively by existing and pushing forward into the enemy force.
Fantastic. You've seen on the screen now that the kit has some variants. You can build it in a couple of ways or mix and match between. Maybe you get some spares. And we've got them actually on the desk in front of us if you want to have a look. The thing that I like about the sort of the difference in is you can see this one's got like a little amphora on his back.
Nothing wrong with it. It's a cool model. Just
Few back banners, definitely.
we got bigger reveals to do, people. Come on, bring on the big ones.
Banners are back, it seems.
Show us the brand new Grey Knight
So
refresh.
there we go. Again, just a great hero for your Lumineth Realm Lords. We've got some questions. They've been flooding in through the chat.
Do my best.
Actually,
Why do they do the questions? I think we're going to be seeing the Custodes right next, right? I think Custodes are coming up right now. One big thing to look out for, I believe it was Ospec Tactics that said this. Keep an eye out for them, or keep an ear wiggled for confirmation that these Custodes are going to stay legal in 11th edition. I'm going to do this disclaimer before we see the reveals. If you think, man, these Custodes are so cool, I need these new Custodes, please wait for them to confirm they're going to stay playable. Because they revealed, like this time last edition, they revealed Contemptor Dreadnoughts and Leviathan Dreadnoughts, and everyone went out to rush and buy them. Instantly, almost immediately made legends, and no one got to play them. So keep an ear out to hear for confirmation that they will be playable. Also, my personal hope, because the Custodes is the thing I've been waiting for. I have my bug Custodes. I want to get up and going again. Even though I'm excited for the Forge World stuff to come plastic, I want new Custodes. I'm going to be very excited. I want new stuff. It looks like that's what they're talking about now.
To a very unusual place, which is the Gridiron, as we keep the theme of elves.
Blood Bowl. Never mind. I was wrong. Chat, I was wrong.
Time for us
We're doing Blood Bowl next.
The latest Blood Bowl team to approach the Gridiron. These are the Calador Dragons, and I got some things to say. This is a classic Blood Bowl team which has been around for a very long time, and now it is redone and updated.
Those were primarily Horus Heresy miniatures, though. I mean, dude, this is gonna be 30k Custodes. This is a 30k Custodes reveal, I believe. That's. I mean, I don't know. They said there's more 40k coming. They did say. I mean, that might be the confirmation. Maybe it's not the Horus Heresy reveals. I know we do have Horus Heresy reveals coming up.
So the first up is the Dragon Princes. So they are essentially the.
So yeah, we'll see. You'll see.
The Gridiron for the Calador Dragons. Incredibly skilled players. They've got a fantastic stat line. They have great rules as well. So in addition to
what's Blood Bowl? It's like a football spin-off of Warhammer. If you've ever met a dad into Warhammer, this is like the Warhammer dad's game. My dad loves Blood Bowl.
Circumstances which might come up. They also are penalised by a little rule which is known as My Ball, which means they can never give the ball away no matter what.
Don't like sharing.
So the trick with this is to burst through the enemy pitch, get down the field, and then get the ball to this guy. So he doesn't have to give it away. He can just go and score a touchdown instead. Next up, we have the White Lions. The High Elf team is a little bit different to some in that it doesn't really have a catcher archetype. Instead, you've got the White Lions.
Just as long as, dude, AdMech 40k, it's criminal that AdMech can't use their 30k stuff, even in Legends. At least the other stuff gets put to Legends. AdMech don't even get the Legends version.
The claw is not just symbolic. They have the claws special rule, and what that means is that they never need more than an 8+ to bust the armor when you're making the armor roll, having successfully hit somebody. That's really useful. The third of the sort of skilled positionals are the Phoenix Warriors. The Phoenix Warrior really fills the role of thrower, and this is one of the best throwers on the Blood Bowl pitch, of any team. Fantastic stat line, really, really great at making sure the ball goes where you need it. So they have those throwing skills that you would expect. Also, they have Cloudburst, which is so good. Essentially, Cloudburst gives you a real advantage in that when you lob that ball, the enemy can't make intercept rolls against you. So imagine your Dragon Prince has burst through, he's far down the field, you just one nice clean lob shot all the way down the pitch, and nobody can catch it instead. It's great.
What I love about all of these miniatures is that they look like the Blood Bowl incarnations of the classic
Absolutely so,
old
right?
world units. So like the Phoenix Guard, the White Lions, the Dragon Princes, they just look exactly like those, but in shorts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So lots of calves and thighs on display, but otherwise it is just pure Blood Bowl fun. Right, this is the fourth position. They're the High Elf linemen.
Man, this shit's a bit boring. Not gonna lie. I can't imagine we have too many.
Really good.
Too many Blood Bowl heads here. Let's see if we can skip past this. Oh, that's true. We've not had the Iron Warrior stuff yet. I imagine the next 40k reveal is going to be Iron Warrior. I completely forgot about that.
The kit also contains, I've talked a lot here, also contains the balls, the turn and reroll markers and everything that you would expect for you to mark in play. And the Weird Spike Journal comes out alongside all of this when it releases, which is full of all of the stories and the lore behind it. And information.
Suppose you're wondering if we get the refresh on the Chaos Defiler. A Chaos Defiler would be peak. Actually, no. The Chaos Defiler would not be peak because Emperor's Children wouldn't get to play it. So actually, I don't want the Chaos Defiler to get redone.
Really great. Very exciting to see these finally reach the gridiron. And there we go. That is your Blood Bowl section. Pretty
Oh, that did perfectly skip us past Blood Bowl.
near you.
No offense, Blood Bowl. We're just here for other reveals.
Next up, he says, we have a little bit of an animation clip to show some people.
Animation. All right, I'm going to mute myself up so there's no echo.
Next up,
Turning
we
this up
have
now.
A new clip from Penitence, which is the new Warhammer 40,000 animation on its way for Warhammer Plus very soon. Here are the first 2 minutes of that show.
First 2 minutes. I'm not staying muted for that. The Emperor's Children Defiler.
For too long, Vision 4 has been bereft of the Emperor's light. Like so much of our benighted Imperium, it clings on. A candle flickering in darkness. Our mission is of sacred importance. The enshrinement of our fallen Canoness Rexilla. She will be a beacon, a rising call to the faithful. She will mark Vision 4 as a shrine world. The Emperor's flock will come, and with them, new hope. The foulness of
Turn
the
up a tad.
Orcs shall be driven from this place. We shall risk everything for this. We will not fail, for to do less would be to fall short of what our Emperor demands. By fire and faith, we...
Oh. No, come on, don't pause now, don't freeze.
His test begins.
Eddie, that was awesome. What can you tell us?
It's so okay. This is my experience as someone that just watched a Warhammer show, right? It's so hard to get excited about these shows. It's so hard to get excited about these shows, right? I just bought a Titan. I think I've mentioned this a little bit. I bought a Titan recently, and Warhammer Plus did a Titan animation. It's called Kill Lupercal. Right, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude, Warhammer Plus!" I didn't subscribe. I'm not stupid. You have to just pirate that shit, please. But dude, I watched the Kill Lupercal, start to finish, incredible. It was stunning, dude. I'm on the 3rd episode. I'm like, this shit's so good. Dude, it's 3 episodes long. The whole thing was 3 episodes long, dude. Like, it's so hard to get excited when Games Workshop gives like 0 budget to these shows. Like, it's a nice animation. It looks really promising. This shit's gonna be like 2 or 3 episodes
They are
long.
on a sacred mission to found a new shrine world. They have a sacred relic, and they have to get it to the shrine world. Obviously, the mission doesn't quite go to plan, as you saw there. Their ship is intercepted by some orcs and downed, and then they have to trudge across this wasteland to get their relic to where it needs to go. The orcs in this are snakebite orcs, which is pretty cool. We haven't really seen snakebite orcs in animation before. Snakebites, of course, famous for bringing along gribbly squiggly beasts with them, and I can confirm there is a squig in this animation.
Nice. So we get both a cyber sheriff and a squig in Penitence.
Absolutely spoiled, yeah.
Living the dream. So when does it arrive?
So this is on its way in February. The first episode, it will be a 3-part animation with the first
3, dude. 3 parts, dude. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a short show, right? There's nothing wrong with a shorter show. But like, they want this to be Netflix. They're making it seem like this is Netflix, dude. This is like a short series, dude. Just pirate this shit, please. No one. I don't want to. I hate to be. I don't want to be the person that's like, don't pay for this stuff. But God, don't fucking pay for this. Just pirate it.
Hold off late. And my favourite question was Custodes when.
And again, dude, they shut down fan animations for this to justify this awful service. That hold on, what's going on? Okay, those heads look funny. Have we seen... Wait, hold on. Do we have headless custodies? Got all the grav tanks. We needed those. Oh, I kind of don't like those jetpacks. Man, the headless custodies. That's weird, right? Am I crazy?
So excited by everything that we just saw there. We have the forces of the Legio Custodes for the Horus Heresy. Everything in that video we're going to talk about. Let's start with what you can see on the screen.
These are definitely
right
plastic.
now.
These are
This is a box,
plastic.
isn't it, Adam?
Yeah,
It's the brand new box.
This is the Legio Custodes battle group, and this is coming out as part of the launch. Everything in this is a new plastic miniature, and it just looks incredible. You've got 2 sodalities of custodians. You've got a dreadnought, a shield captain, and a grav tank. Let's talk about those in detail. These, of course, are the Custodian Guard sodality. Eddie?
This is a Custodian Guard Sodality. They are the archetypal image of a Custodian. They are towering Guardians, each one with a Guardian spear, able to chop the enemy up in close combat and blast them apart at range.
They look slimmer. They look cooler. These look cool.
A slight readjustment, I suppose, of the proportions of the Custodians, but still very recognisably the Custodian.
I did also think, feel free to correct me. Someone better with the law correct me. Custodies, like, they don't make new Custodies, right? The Custodies are from 30k. Like, they're like a heresy era, like, army, right? So why do they need to change the armor? Unless I'm just wrong.
You know and love the Guardians of the Emperor, and still in the Horus Heresy at this point, successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm kind of not keen. I don't want to be negative. I know a lot of people are excited for this. I kind of don't like these skinny Custodian
There's
guards.
some options in there. You've got these high-helmed, high-plumed helmets that you can see here. There's some bear heads in the kits that you can build your models, whether they're willing to risk getting shot in the face or not. That's your choice. And then there's option for the Vexilla in there, so you can carry proud standard of imperial rule.
Yeah,
on
you've
the
also got
battlefield.
all the Misericordia, as you'd hope as
Yeah,
well. All
absolutely.
kind of stabbing daggers that the Custodians have.
They're just dripping in all the paraphernalia and apparel that you'd expect from the Emperor's most elite warriors. Here you can see some of the different heads that are available to the kit. So you can do a mixture or all of one style, whatever it is that suits you really. You've already said it, but for me, this is the...
Oh man, is that a female Custody?
Legio Custodes, right? These like serried ranks of sort of spear-wielding, golden armoured warriors.
I think these are female Custodies, right? This
This
one-
Custodes battle group box set though.
Oh, people are going to be angry.
Who are essentially the same...
There's going to be gossip. There's going to be juice online. There's going to be a wave of grifters.
Custodian Warblades.
Yeah, so another effectively battle line unit of Custodians. A normal Custodian, such a word can be used to describe the Custodians. These ones are a little bit more defensive and a little bit less killy, but every Custodian is a master of death and very, very durable. These ones have shields, which in your games of Horus Heresy can allow
Man,
you to
I'm not looking forward to
shield
that.
wall special rules and make them a bit more durable against
Not
incoming
looking forward
fire,
to
which
that.
is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And their invulnerable save is better because of those shields. as
You
well.
like female
They're-
Custodies? We all like female Custodies here. I'm not going to do the whole let's go female Custodies because, like, I'm like 90% sure everyone in this call are going to be like we're all on the same page, right? We're in this call, sorry, in this stream. We're all on the same page.
The shield.
But I know people are about to get very salty. And oh, dude. Okay, so like I've been putting off this video I want to make. This isn't pause, right? I've been putting off this video I want to make where I want to talk about like a bit of a problem in Warhammer. There's this real big issue. I might talk about it after like the stream more. But I think people are talking about the issue of Warhammer, and it's like becoming political. It's becoming left-wing politics. It's becoming woke. I think the real issue with 40k at the moment are the amount of grifters invading the hobby. I think Warhammer has a huge grifter issue where people are like farming ad revenue on Warhammer. I think I want to do a bit of a video on it just to kind of point it out, but like I don't want the drama, dude. Like I explained this earlier, like I hate negative comments, dude. I know you shouldn't, but I read into all the negative comments and like I don't want the drama, I don't want the beef. But there's some channels in specific. No, do you know, after the stream we'll go into it. Someone remind me when the stream ends. I'm gonna talk about my beef. We're gonna talk about it.
So extensive that the achievements have gone beyond their armor and onto the shield itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, this character looks
Really
cool.
fantastic model, and I wonder if we'll be talking about this as one of the models of the year this time next year.
This
There's
captain
more inside the
definitely
model
looks cool.
Than we've shown you so far. We go to the vehicles. So first of all,
Oh my god, that is a fat model.
There's 2 variants. You can choose which one you're going to build. The first of which is the Contemptor Achilles Dreadnought.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on Sargon of Akkad,
The
dude.
length of 3 men.
Just a giant
Oh, dude, this is so embarrassing to admit. This is so, dude. I don't know if there's an individual I hate more than Sargon of Akkad, dude. As a kid, I was like right wing, dude. When I was like 15, like 14, 15, I had my right wing phase. Like I was the edgy online poster. Dude, Sargon of Akkad is like the biggest cunt on the internet, dude. Like he would like, oh, dude, whatever. I'm not even gonna get started on it. Not even gonna get started on it. There's a cool dreadnought. That guy's a cunt, dude. And I can't not start it, dude. That guy's actually a racist cunt, dude. Hate him. Hate that he does Warhammer stuff.
And they've always been kind of highly posable. None of that posability has been lost in the transition to plastic, and actually it's now an even easier material to work with, and you've got more options and ways of building. So you can include half a dozen of these dreadnoughts in your army if you wanted to, and every single one of them could look completely unique and different in terms of posing.
No, yeah, exactly. That's why it's the issue, dude. Like 15-year-olds are the exact perfect audience for grifters. But dude, this dreadnought is fat. In a good way. This is a huge dreadnought. I love this model. I think this is a strict upgrade from the resin kit. I love resin kits. I'm a sucker for Forge World. This is a direct upgrade. This is a hefty dreadnought. I love this guy.
And your spear one go alongside the warriors that they fought with in life.
Yeah, the Contemptor Galatus has the Galatus Warblade.
Oh, dude, that's a cool. This is a cool dreadnought.
Heavy infantry like nothing.
But again, this is my bad for talking over it. We'll look on Reddit later. Don't buy this for 40k until they confirm it's staying in 40k.
Imperium, handpicked and created by the Emperor.
But that is a gorgeous dread. Oh, it's so ornate, dude. It's fat. It's like imposing. It's ornate. This is a gorgeous dreadnought.
Very, very good
I think this is my favorite reveal so far, dude. When they showed it in like the splash art, I didn't like it. I thought it looked too silly. But seeing the model, oh, dude, this is a gorgeous model.
Battle group box is this. This is the Caladius Annihilator Grav Tank.
I know like this is a staple in Custodes at the moment, and it's impossible to get because it's always sold out because it's Forge World.
It is equipped with an Arachnus Blaze Carronade, which is the sort of double-barreled weapon you see on top. This is a devastating ranged weapon with 2 fire modes. The first of which is anti-tank. You're thinking 2 shots at strength 10, just blasting vehicles apart. Yeah, absolutely. And then its alternate fire mode is multi-shot and is great at gunning down.
This looks almost exactly the same as the 30k one, but it's just good to have it more accessible. Or it's going to get removed forever and everyone loses.
Yeah, because you're almost always outnumbered, both in terms of how big your units are, but also in terms of how many units you have on the battlefield. So it's not enough that you've got a unit that's very good at killing tanks. It might also need to do some double duty to, pitch into the battle against enemy heavy infantry or support your units, whichever thing is currently giving you challenges. So most units in the Custodian army are quite good at several things.
Yeah, absolutely so. Those are the units that make up the Custodian Guard.
40k reveal better than AOS. This is 30k, guys. Remember, this is 30k. This isn't 40k. We've got another 40k reveal coming.
Thing you can buy, if you want to go all in for a new Custodian army, that'd be the first thing. But your reinforcements are hot on their heels.
Exactly so. So next is the Caladius Grav Tank. It is very similar to the Caladius Annihilator Grav Tank. It's just not an Annihilator. Instead, it has an Iliastus accelerator cannon on its roof. Think Sikaran battle tank from the Space Marine Legions, if you know the setting and you know the war gear, is similar but upgunned version of that kind of weapon. So decent fire rate, gonna maul medium and light vehicles and pretty much any infantry you put in front of it. This is a big, heavy-duty tank.
Yeah, it's another great option for a line battle tank. You won't get many tanks in a Custodian army just because everything costs so many points, but there's certainly a place for one of each of these in a 3,000 point force.
Yeah, absolutely. Sticking on the theme of the Grav tanks, we have the biggest of all of them, which is the Coronis Grav Carrier. This thing is enormous. We've got one on the desk in front of us.
Oh shit, wait, this is the huge tank as well.
Essentially, this is big enough that it can carry an entire sodality of Custodian Guard and an accompanying hero.
This is like a... Wait, is this new? I was thinking of like the Flyer. They have a Flyer they've not redone.
So this is a big old tank.
Have they mentioned crossplay of 40k? They might have. I've been talking over. We'll try and convert... God, that thing looks bloated, dude.
Cascade projector.
Sounds cool.
We'll tell you more about that another time.
We'll try and confirm whether it's crossplay after the stream. This thing looks like the tank before if it was blown up by Dig Dug. This looks like it's been fucking Dig Dug.
And all of these are plastic as well. This is
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
huge plastic kit.
Additionally, you might have seen in the video that we saw before, you have the Venetari sodality. So these are pumpkiller
Oh, guys, for these new model, hold on, let's bring up the old one.
on these sort of gold wings.
40k. What are these called?
This is a rapid strike
Venatari.
for the Legio Custodes. You've got a couple of options there. You've got the
I
spear,
don't think I like these.
you've got
I don't know if I like
revolver
these.
And pistol, both of those are very lethal. They also
Let's just bring up for reference on the same page. I don't know. Oh god, this is not very. We'll do it. God, I'm not a tech wizard. Bring up a picture here on the wiki. This is how we're doing it. This is so shit. Right. Here's the old models. Very small. I don't know if you guys will even be able to see this at all. Oh, what's this fucking declare? Oh, what? Whatever. We tried. Basically, I don't know if I'm that keen. The wings look a bit too thick for me.
effectively like
I can't really describe this. The wings on these guys look too fat. They look too high up as well. Am I crazy? I've said am I crazy too much today. Am I wrong?
sort of handgun looking.
I feel like the jetpacks are too high up on their back.
Cannon, basically. The Tarsus buckler reduces the strength of incoming enemy fire, or if you equip them with the Veritum Lance, say that fast, really great on the charge. So options a go-go for you to get
just
the
in
most out of
case
these.
your custodians weren't scary enough, now they're faster than everyone as well, and there's no escape.
You can see here the front. I believe that is the Neutronium Cascade Mark.
They look too smooth. Yeah.
Delivering fun into the heart of the enemy. All of this stuff and where you find it.
They were old scout. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Custodes Lever, which we'll show you here. There you go. It's a big book. It's hardback. It's lovely. It's full of all the lore and the stories and information.
That is a gross gold they've used for that front cover. That is not a nice gold.
Ooh, I nearly adapted them. And in addition to that, it talks about other elements of the Imperial household. So
Yep, so you've got the Anathema Psychana, the Sisters of
Oh shit, my little Shagrot's disappeared.
Sonorum.
Yeah.
So you've got all the various tools of the Imperial household, the stuff that the Emperor kept to himself on Terra as his personal army. All very, very powerful forces in their own right.
yeah, perfect. So we've got the models in front of us. It'll be fun to do a little bit of show and tell. First of all, we have a little stunt guy in the front.
Heresy
This is
Bob for scale here.
a happy little.
Sorry, the software I use for this little Shagrot guy is awful. There we go.
Scale.
Just going to get you a nice close in a second, guys, just so you get a sense of how big these are.
I'm sliding back. Just in there with this touch illusion. Don't want to
Don't break it, don't break it.
Tell me about it. So the Custodian Guard are big, right? These are the pinnacle of the gene crafting that the Emperor does when he's creating his elite warriors. The only thing better, I suppose, is the
These aren't bad models at all.
and
These aren't
didn't go-
remotely bad models.
So, I mean, maybe they're-
I am slightly underwhelmed. I don't know.
The other things, so you put the little guy up alongside the grav carrier. It's just enormous. This thing is huge. If I spin it round, you can see the entrance hatch.
It's like bigger than your hand, Adam. It's a big old thing.
So it's got this really cool entrance hatch. I was looking at some frames and has detail on the inside. So I think if you're one of these modelists who likes to do this sort of thing, you might be able to like have it open or make a diorama or whatever it is you want to do. Yeah. So I think people are going to have a lot of fun with this, and
Just the size of the thing.
it's really cool, isn't it? What else is there to say on these? We should talk a little bit about the dreadnoughts. If you look at the sort of the chest armor on them, if I tilt them, you
Yeah,
might
so
be able to
there's a
see.
few different options on there actually. I was looking at the kits before. You've got options for things like the shoulder pads. So if you've got multiple dreadnoughts, you can have slightly different shoulder pads. There's some nice little areas for heraldry. So these
Still,
ones
dude,
are,
those dreadnoughts are so cool.
rounded
I love those
devices
dreads.
designed onto them. There's some different faces, I think, in the kit. You've got some different chests. You've obviously got the different weapons. So you've got loads of ways of making these really different. There's loads of detail on them. So, but a lot of it's kind of sculpted on. So you could paint them very quickly if you wanted to. If you wanted, spray them gold, put a wash on them. They look pretty
You're
great.
almost ready for war.
Yeah,
at
they're
that
kind of
point,
ready.
aren't you? Yeah,
But it
absolutely.
also, if you wanted to spend hours and hours and hours and make these, the best model you've ever painted, they are a fine candidate for that as well. They are just really, really lovely models to put your hobby hours into and get something really nice.
See, like, I don't want to. I'm gonna save it. This is my last time I'm gonna talk about it. We're gonna save it for after the stream. But you're so right, dude. The grifters like to call everyone tourists. They like to say tourists are ruining the hobby, dude. But the grifters are the tourists, dude.
You already have data sheets for things like custodians with guardian spears and with shields.
I really hope this new stuff doesn't go to Legends. It's so gonna happen though, right? It's so gonna happen.
Yeah, perfect. So we're not done with the Horus Heresy. There's still more. There's obviously a little bit for the Legiones Astartes. So first up, we have the Legion Glaive super heavy tank. You were really excited about this
I
one.
think this is my favourite. This is my favourite super heavy, and I think it's mostly because I just love Volkite. There's something
It
about
is a
it
cool
that's just
looking gun, isn't
like
it?
intrinsically heresy for me. And this is the largest plastic.
Oh, it's Iron Warriors, chat. They're teasing Iron Warriors. That's on purpose, right? They're teasing Iron Warriors. They had like 18 choices. They chose Iron Warriors.
Absolutely enormous tank. Obviously, the Bellblade is the same chassis, but this has, I think, a cooler looking gun. Although I know you're a big fan of.
So Bellblade is the one for me, but I can't deny the coolness of this. The panning shots that you're getting right now really just show how cool and detailed this model is, right? That camera is so close to the model. And just
Yeah, I was just thinking.
brilliant.
Astra. Have we not seen this tank already? This is like an upgrade sprue, right? I think it's just the main weapon. You're right. We've definitely seen this model like 4. I think they reveal this every reveal show.
Carronade, if you're wondering, it's just an enormous gun that will deflagrate your enemy should you so desire.
Great pleasure rule.
It's not the only Astartes tank available. There is also
Oh fuck, dude! New whirlwind. Oh, that thing's huge. Look at the fucking ass on that, dude.
There's something just kind of lovable.
Dude, I bought
This is quite-
2 whirlwinds this week. I bought 2 whirlwinds. I want to use whirlwinds before they go. Sorry if I screamed. I'm sorry. I got a bit excited. I love the whirlwind tank.
Where most of you think you can get to them. Lots
I bought 2 whirlwinds this week. I want to use them before in case they go to Legends next edition, dude. These models look crazy, dude.
you upgrade those missiles to pirate.
Look at the size of it.
You literally just drive people off of objectives by causing.
That is a fat ass. I actually don't even know if I like it. It might be too big, but I'm just happy to see the whirlwind. That's one of my favorite models.
Whereas
They make them walk off.
Definitely my favorite Space Marine vehicle.
This is obviously painted up in the colours of the Imperial Fists. We thought it was quite amusing that it's done as a Templar,
Yep.
because they're obviously the keenest usually to get into close combat.
You can imagine how that went. It's like, my Lord Dawn, I'm now a Templar brother and I'm itching to serve. He's like, sit in this at the back, please.
Oh, maybe a punishment, perhaps.
Maybe he just likes Sigismund too much, who knows. It is fantastic and we're very excited for it. Where will you find all the information you need for these? Well, thankfully there is a new Journal Tactica on the horizon. It's called Mail Fist and it details the Legiones.
Well, I was very excited. Okay, I know I've said this every fucking 5 minutes of that stream. New favorite reveal. I love the new whirlwind. Although I don't even know if it compares to the old whirlwind. The old whirlwind is such a simple but perfect sculpt, dude. I love the old whirlwind.
There is one Ultramarine
There we
in this
go.
preview.
Ultramarine fans,
We
fear
are
not, we've got you.
contractually obligated to include at least one Ultramarine Space Marine in every preview, and you can see him there, about to be crushed under the uncompromising wheels of the Iron Warriors.
If he's not dead yet, he will be soon. Perfect. So, that was great. Loads of stuff for the Horus Heresy.
God, the missile on that. Oh, I love the whirlwind.
Where we are at. Right, so we've got will the Custodes be playable in Warhammer 40,000? That's from Blood of Dead. Well, you've
I
covered that
think
one
we've
already.
sort of covered that one.
Loads of those
Yes.
models will be, and it's
Yeah.
really worth saying again, if it's got a analogous unit in Warhammer 40,000, by all means use it. If it suits you, that would be great. Will we ever see more Sisters of Silence? And
Okay.
so that is,
They've said it's playable. They've said it's playable in 40k. They didn't say it's gonna stay playable.
There's no new System of Silence in this.
I just urge you guys, if you're gonna buy the new Custodes stuff,
And they're absolutely featured.
buy it if you're okay with it going to Legends in the next 4 or 5 months.
could have done, but I've forgotten because it's been quite a long preview. I think
How
you
many
get
heads for-
how many bear heads? I think you get enough to do all of the models.
Okay, so they're playable. We know they're playable like out the gate, but that's not good enough in my opinion.
Well, I think.
Perfect. But don't make your buying decision based on what I said right now because I might be wrong.
I had a question earlier on that I actually got wrong.
Ooh,
I
go
just wanted
on.
to revisit. So somebody asked if the Corsair unit was able to join, Huron's bodyguard was able to join another unit. I said it wasn't. It is, in fact, able to join
Nice.
a unit. So
Perfect.
sorry about that.
And the last question, this is from Love George, and the question is, in relation to the tank, is this plastic? Everything we've shown in this entire preview is in plastic. So I don't know which tank you meant, but the answer is yes. The Coronis Grav Carrier, both the tanks, the Super Heavy, all of it, it's plastic all the way.
Do you want to
along.
just get a shot of the
Oh,
Grav
yeah.
Carrier next to...
The scale of the thing is
Yeah.
quite fun, isn't it? So try not to scrape the metalwork against each other. So I'm going to put them so they're sort of end to end. You can get a sense of how big they are if we get the camera on those. It is very nearly Super Heavy size.
It's really not far off. It's certainly not quite as bulky, perhaps.
I
as
think
the
they might
Space
travel
Marines.
in more comfort. Than
They definitely do,
than
yes.
the,
They have a bit more space
Marines.
inside there, perhaps.
Fantastic.
But it's a big old tank, certainly.
Right, there we go. We are not quite done yet. We did promise you that we would return to the grim darkness of the far future.
All right, 40k, everyone. 40k. Buckle up. Oh, that's Iron Warriors. Is this isn't Perturabo, is it? Are we actually getting Perturabo? Holy shit, are we actually getting no way we're getting another Primarch already. This is so exciting. No way.
Well, that was a tease, wasn't it?
So that could be an almost
Fuck
anything.
off,
All we know
dude.
is that the reign of iron approaches, and some of you may have been able to form your own opinions on things that maybe were being hinted at with hazard stripes and sort of burnished silver armor. Who knows? If you want to have a look at those images again, hop over to warhammercommunity.com.
No way they're not revealing
That'll
it,
be very
dude.
soon, and you can maybe glean a few more bits of information. That brings us to the end of our preview. If you've enjoyed this and you want more...
Reveal show! It's a fucking reveal show, dude! Not a cock tease, dude! Oh! Horrible. Mean, dude. Nasty.
We're done here. We're going to throw back to the team out there who will be commentating on fantastic games of Warhammer 40,000, I believe. So jump on board and have a...
Right, let's go back. Let's rewatch it. Okay. So... The obvious guess is Perturabo, right? That's what my head's going to. This looks like a claw that would be attached to Perturabo. This shoulder pad's putting me off. This is putting me off a little bit. I do think maybe it's like a melee obliterator is what I'm getting. Maybe like a Legion Terminator. Okay, this looks like Perturabo though. This is just Perturabo, right? Surely. Hellbrute. It's giving Hellbrute. This is a Defiler, right? Okay, this has to be a Defiler. Wait, no. This claw is a Defiler, right? This is Defi. I don't know if you guys can relate to this. I literally grew up on miniature wargaming. When I was like 8 years old in primary school, I wrote my first ever essay at like 8 to 10 years old in primary school on miniature wargaming. I loved miniature wargaming, dude. Defi is one of the most iconic models to me ever. I love that. This is a Defiler claw, right? This is like the front claw. This is a Defiler. And I will scream if Emperor Children cut. Okay, what is that? That looked like the back of a... Hold on. There's a specific bit I want to pause at. That looked like the back of a... What am I thinking? Mauler Fiend. This is the back of a Mauler Fiend, right? Or at least this is like... I think this is Perturabo. I'm certain this is like this ridge here. If you look at the... I don't want to bring it up because I'm really bad. Oh, fuck it, whatever. Okay. Very embarrassing, guys. I'm not a spellist. Look at like the ridge. Look at the ridge he has on his back, right? Perturabo has this really weird, very unique armor where it's like curved. That's what I think we're seeing here. Oh, this is Perturabo. This is Perturabo. I'm not like these vents. I'm very certain are on the back of Forge Fiends. I have a Mauler Fiend for my Emperor's Children army. I'm like 99% sure. This is like, well, I mean, we obviously know it's Chaos, but like, this is Perturabo's back, right? I'm certain. I'm certain that's what this is. Maybe it's just Terminators. I'm seeing like the ridge of the back. You're not. I mean, there's the upgrade sprue that everyone is super excited about. Right, well, I believe that is the end of the reveals.
We will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.
Right. Demon Engines, Iron Warrior. Heavily disagree it's Perturabo, but could be a character. I mean, that claw, there was definitely a Defiler. That was absolutely a Defiler claw. But I might just be saying that because I do think we know it's leaked, it's coming. So I think I'm just biased. But, man, that was the reveal show. Okay, so that was the reveals. I'm not going to talk about the reveals much longer because if we're being 100% honest, that was a little underwhelming. I'm slightly underwhelmed. I was hoping for more. I was hoping for a lot more Custodies. The Custodies were a bit disappointed. We didn't get confirmation if they're staying. The Corsair stuff was cool, but like not the end of the world. Oh, why is the little Shagrock gone again? Right. So if you're here for the reveals, I appreciate you coming. Now we're gonna do a bit of ranting. We're gonna do a bit of ranting here. So I tried to keep it out because I know not everyone likes this talk. I know a lot of people like to avoid it, and I totally understand if you don't want to stay for the grifter talk. But I've got a huge issue at the moment, right? I'm gonna show you what I think is the lamest video in 40k. I might make a full video out of it. The problem with 40k YouTubers. Right. It is... God, all these people are the same. These people are all the exact same. It's so hard to tell which one it is. I think that's the video. Oh, it's this guy, right? You can tell from his fucking... This is like old YouTube. You gotta give him credit. This guy's definitely been around, right? Oh, 4 years ago. No, he's not even been around. This guy's just a bit like that. So this video is called The Problem with... this is not even the right video, actually. It's that guy. Oh, this guy's... I hate him. His fucking rosy little cheeks, dude. Fuck off. It is this guy. Whatever. So he made a video like this, right? It's not this exact video. Why? Anyway, right. So it's not this exact video, but this guy made a video called The Problem with Warhammer YouTubers. Right? The problem with Warhammer YouTubers. What I want some guesses in chat. What is the problem with Warhammer YouTubers? Right? I need what do you think his gripe with Warhammer YouTubers are? There's lots of because there's genuine things to complain about. There are a lot of genuine concerns you can have with Warhammer YouTubers. And I'm guilty. I'm a Warhammer YouTuber. This isn't my full income, like just Warhammer, but I'm a YouTuber in general. I do Warhammer YouTube. There is a lot of things to complain about. It's annoying when people try and profit off of a hobby. As someone that's guilty of it, let's be real. It's annoying when like a hobby just becomes profit. Everyone wants to make money off of a hobby. It's annoying, right? That's a fair criticism. Then there's the thing you think it's going to be. Right? Then you think, okay, well, we know the type. He's going to say Warhammer YouTubers are like too woke. They're going to complain about woke. Okay, here's what the video was about. And again, it's not this exact video, but like he makes the same video every fucking week. So it's not the exact one. His complaint was that he made an email. This guy made an email about Charlie Kirk. He made a Charlie Kirk email and sent it to a bunch of big Warhammer YouTubers, and no one responded to him. That's what the fucking video was about. He had this big Charlie Kirk, and again, okay, let's get into it, right? I need to make this clear. I'll probably do a bigger disclaimer in the video, but like, I'm of left-wing beliefs in politics, but I wasn't someone that like celebrated the death of Charlie Kirk. I do believe there is an inherent right to free speech, especially as an English person. We don't have very good freedom of speech. I didn't celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk. I didn't laugh at the death of Charlie Kirk. I have no sympathy. More than anything else, I have no sympathy. I just don't care. I just do not care about Charlie Kirk. Okay, so that's my official opinion. I'm not some Charlie Kirk hater. But this guy made this like so like there was a Warhammer social media employee. There was a Warhammer social media guy that made a comment about Charlie Kirk. I think he was like, "Thank God Charlie Kirk's dead." Something like that. This YouTuber made an email for Games Workshop to fire him. And then he sent it to all these YouTubers, and he made a video crying that no one cared. Okay, and here's the thing. Here is how unbelievable politics... Dude, what is the number one defense of, like, right-wing grifters when they say the N-word, or they say, no girls in my hobby, no black people in my hobby? They say no one should be persecuted for their beliefs. They always say we have freedom of speech, that's the right-wing freedom of speech, but he's making an email chain for Charlie Kirk. And then he calls it the problem of 40k YouTubers, dude. Fucking loser! This guy's a loser! I lost my mind when I watched the video. I try not to click on these videos, right? They're just sludge. It's grifter sludge. But, like, come on! Like, try! At least make up a reason why YouTubers suck! Oh, dude, like, is that not the lamest thing you've ever fucking heard of in your life? In your life. That's the lamest thing, dude. And, like, that video had views. I need to find the exact one. I need to find the exact video. Look at these thumbnails. This guy doesn't even care about Warhammer. Florida, oh, fuck OnlyFans, fuck martial law, dude. What does this guy fucking care about Warhammer, dude? Oh, it's this one, dude. 80,000 views. 82,000 views. Right? And it's about Charlie fucking Kirk. The parasites destroying Warhammer. The content creators, dude. And it's because people wouldn't respond to his fucking loser-ass Charlie Kirk email. Oh, dude, like, I couldn't help myself. I made a little comment that I commented on it. In the war to save Warhammer from politics, you managed to make the most political Warhammer video ever. Like, whatever. Oh, man. A smaller gripe. Okay, look, normally, and my VTuber thing keeps disappearing. I don't care. I don't want to make fun of someone personally, right? But this guy's such a fucking loser. I'm gonna do it anyway. Maybe I'm just angry. Maybe I'm actually on meth right now. I'm on 20 milligrams of meth. Maybe it's making me more prone to anger than I normally am. But I'm gonna make fun of this guy personally a bit, right? Now, and full credit, not everyone in the comments is agreeing with him. This guy's like, how many bridges can you burn? Or I don't know. You can't even tell. These people are so stupid. Oh, man, I'm getting so angry. So, like, there's a lot of comments in here. There's a lot of comments that, like, praise this guy. People... I'm not going to dig too hard for the exact comment. But a lot of people praise this guy for being well-spoken. A lot of people talk about this guy. They say, you're so well-spoken. We love how eloquent you speak. Let's listen to this guy speak. Let's listen to this eloquent Englishman speak. Ready?
A controversial video. Indeed, I hope it will be, as I'm likely to burn some bridges with this, but the topic must be
This guy's not well spoken! I'm gonna burn some bridges with it. Shut up, dude! He does this. Oh, dude, this is what I'm gonna try and find it, right? Shut the fuck up, you loser! Okay, oh man, I'm getting so angry. I don't want to get that worked up. But he does, like, it's like he's cosplaying being English. I'm like, no, this guy is English. This guy is British. But he does this, like, fake accent. He does this fake accent where he rolls his R's. English people don't roll their R's. Where is he from in England? He must be from the south, right? I'm from the south of England. We don't roll our fucking R's. And everyone's like, oh, you're so eloquent. You say... Okay, look. Okay, and everyone... I know you're not supposed to say this. You're not supposed to say this. This is mean. He sounds autistic. He just sounds like an undiagnosed autistic adult. Okay, I'm autistic. And I talk weird. I talk weird all the time. But, like, I don't claim to be a well-spoken Englishman. You just sound like an
Raised. And if not now, then when? If not me, then who? But before we get into the drama of it all, I would like to begin with a retrospective to set the stage.
This guy pisses me off beyond belief, dude. Everyone that's, like, in the videos, dude. I'm sorry for everyone that just came back and I'm screaming. We're talking about Warhammer... We're talking about Warhammer grifters. We're talking about Warhammer grifters. I want to make a video about it but like I don't want to just beef. I don't want to be like, this YouTuber sucks, this YouTuber sucks, because like there's things I'm self-conscious about in my, and like I'm speaking about someone's speeches. I'm speaking about how someone speaks. Like I stutter. I have a full-on stutter. I think I hate listening back to my audio because I don't like how I speak. But this guy, oh, I don't know. This guy makes me so fucking angry. Like, it's just, it's like a real issue. I think it's a real issue though. Like, that, like, grifters, like, grifting is like such a thing in Warhammer, dude. But like, I think I'm not very good at the moment of like putting a lot of time into my writing, truthfully. I need to sit down for like a week and write this one out. Cause like I need to I don't know, guys. I'm just frustrated. I'm just frustrated that like this shit is like actually getting viewed. 82,000 people listen to this guy complain about Charlie Kirk. Not Warhammer YouTubers are parasites destroying Warhammer because they didn't look at my fucking loser ass adult virgin Charlie Kirk email. Oh my god. Oh man, it's so, it's lame. It's like, if anything is ruining the hobby, it's this shit. This guy is like such a fucking... Dude, man, I plan to make this not personal. I think you shouldn't make this thing personal. Maybe that was just rude of me, but like... I don't know. I mean, no, I can be rude. Look at these videos. Women's suffrage, a tragedy for America? This guy shouldn't be talking about Warhammer. This guy should not be talking about Warhammer.
Women can vote in America? I don't think so, and here's why. Nearly every legalized moral atrocity of the last 100...
This isn't even his content. His content is just tweets. This is a tweet he saw, and he's uploading it, dude. Oh, I fucking hate this guy, dude. Anyway. Fucking... whatever. There's no need to insult this guy personally. Although he is a fucking ugly loser. That's beside the point. Let's look at this teaser again. Let's end on a Warhammer... Well, hold on. Oh, I thought that... Oh, God. Ugh, sorry. I thought that was Warhammer, like, a second secret Emperor's Children reveal then. Right. Note we're going to end this on, because I'm going to go have tea. My girlfriend has cooked me a lovely tea. The note I'm going to end this on, I do strongly believe this is the Defiler. I believe this is the Defiler, and that's the happy note we're going to end this on. Thank you everyone for stopping watching this. I'm very sorry. The last 10 minutes of this was me shouting into my microphone. But at least we're probably getting the Chaos Defiler. Oh, man. Gotta say, Shagrot, you shouldn't comment on people's appearances if you don't publicly show your face. Fair. Fair comment. Right? And I cannot stress how I'd never normally do that, dude. I would never normally do that. But this guy, that ugly face in question, is on videos like why women shouldn't vote. And that's a fucking Warhammer YouTuber, dude. This is the people in our hobby. This is the people in our fucking hobby, dude. But, like, I'm not going to do politics. I might make a video just because I think it's worth people know that, like, it's not like right wing versus left wing. It's people farming engagement, right? I want more people to just be aware that, like, I just want more people to be aware that, like, this is a thing. It's not like left versus right. It's not left wing politics destroying Warhammer. People are just farming ad revenue off of a hobby we love. Like, I know, and that guy's like an actual racist. You can call racist people ugly. You can call, I'm sorry, I know it's rude, but you can call racist people ugly. But yeah, it looks like we're getting a Defiler. Defilers are very cool. I hope the Emperor's Children can use the Defiler. Thank you all very, very much for stopping by this stream.